Dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and replacement. Large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
Gateway Realty is a mother-daughter team that has a heart for small-town life. Both Anita and Kelly were born and raised in Cashion and are still raising their families here. Their family homesteaded in Cashion in 1908, and it's been home ever since. Anita and Kelly know this town, love this town, and would love to help make this your home too. For a friendly face and trustworthy knowledge, call these hometown girls at 405-641-7388. Go Wildcats!
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
For 31 years and counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC. Christy Perry is a Cashion-based attorney providing clients in Oklahoma with trusted, experienced legal counsel regarding wills and trusts, bankruptcy, and other areas of law. Flexible scheduling is available to discuss your options, and your first consultation is free. If you need assistance regarding a legal matter, call your local Oklahoma licensed attorney, Christy Perry, at 918-373-0882.
Our world is changing, but one thing is the same. We're here for you. In these uncertain times, take comfort in knowing that Modern Women of America is built for this. We are built to handle uncertainties, and we've weathered many in the past 137 years, including world wars, disease outbreaks, depressions, and recessions. You may have concerns about your financial plan, but you can also have peace of mind. You got this, because you have us.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Woody, and I want to help you or a loved one navigate your way through understanding Medicare. It's hard getting questions answered when you don't know who to call or trust. I am local and appointed with all the insurance carriers in Oklahoma. You can trust me to help you apply for Medicare, make the right decisions based on your current financial and healthcare needs, and feel confident about your future. Act quickly. Annual enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th. Call Stephanie Woody, that's me, at 405-830-4966 to set up an appointment.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the Cashion community. They are also proud parents of past and present Cashion students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Walk it up. Get you some.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
Cashion FBC is a church seeking to grow in Christ and our love for the body of Christ. With ministries from children to youth to adults, we strive to present the gospel in an engaging and meaningful way. Sunday school meets at 9:45 a.m. and worship starts at 11 a.m. Children and youth meet on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Please check our website at cashionfbc.org for more information, and we hope to see you this Sunday, located a half-mile east of Cashion.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
All right, welcome to Friday Night Playoff Football. It's Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson, Squirtle Crew, semifinals live from Ponca City, Oklahoma, where the #1 ranked Cashion Wildcats, sitting at 12-1, are taking on the 11-2 Pawhuska Huskies for the battle to go to Richardson. Again, we appreciate you guys joining us on the #1 Squirtle high school streaming network in Oklahoma. We're super proud to have you, as it's going to be a great night of football. And we're missing our man Drew Baker as he's heading on down to Dallas. Boo-hoo if you're a Sooner fan, Yahoo if you're a Cowboy fan. But we always have the best color guy in the biz here joining me, Chris. Chris, I know we don't ever take these days for granted, so I know you're excited about tonight.
No doubt. I mean, you know how excited I get about the first week of playoffs, just like you. And to be here in the semifinal with another matchup with Pawhuska, and after seeing that game last year where we didn't get to call it,
right,
but we watched it and experienced just like the fans did, and the thrill of the victory in Pawhuska, how awesome was that now to kind of come full circle, be here again this time actually in a neutral site like it's supposed to be, but it's just as much hype, just as much. On the way up here, I said, I think there's just as much hype this year as there was last year. And he was like, I don't know. We get here, and the parking lot is just packed full. So I said, yeah, let's go. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be a great atmosphere, great energy, and I can't wait to get this ball kicked off.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone joining us. We'll see this throughout the broadcast. If you're just joining us for the first time here on pregame, this is Cashion Wildcats TV. Even though we're powered by Squirtle, we are Homer Television for the Cashion Wildcats. So we cheer pretty hard for the Cashion Wildcats when they score. And
I mean, Homer means we will root for the Wildcats on the air.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
that's that. Again,
Just to clarify.
Cashion Wildcats TV. That's how we do it. This isn't a neutral broadcast, but we know there's going to be a lot of folks joining us here who aren't necessarily haven't followed the Cashion Wildcats this season. Maybe you're coming on because it's going to be really good football, and we'll do our best to give you the best broadcast that we can. But if we get a little bit excited for the Cashion Wildcats, just know where we're coming from. But we appreciate you guys joining us. We've had almost 100,000 folks this season, this football season, matching what we did last year. We hope to pass that as hopefully the Cashion Wildcats will get at least one more game. But for tonight's broadcast, in terms of the pregame, we'll definitely break down a little bit of last week for the Cashion Wildcats. We'll go into a little bit of basically the Pawhuska Huskies. Drew Baker, who's not here, definitely gives us the inside scoop, and then we'll follow up with Chris's predictions and break down a little voice from Coach Shaq. But again, last week it was the Cashion Wildcats again moving 12-1 in the quarterfinals with a beating of Woodland 41-22. Credits again the Woodland Cougars on their valiant season. Certainly they showed out there in Fairfax, Oklahoma, as the Cashion Wildcats went on the road. Wildcats doing it on both sides. But predominantly passing, 313 yards through the air. Ben Harmon was fantastic, 13 for 18, 3 touchdowns. Nick Nabavi toted the ball 16 times for 134 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lagasse, 4 receptions for 79 yards. And I think what we'll say is our player of the game, Mason Manning, both on the offensive and defensive side. Manning had 7 receptions for 208 yards, 2 TDs. And these weren't just, he had one big, huge play. I think it was at 83 yards it may have been, but he had a lot of, what we call yak yards, right? Yards after contact. Did fantastic, catching some flares and some screens, etc., and did a fantastic job eluding, running through blockers. So again, the Cashion Wildcats moved to 12-1 on this season and had a fantastic game. And again, it's almost been identical to 2020 as the Cashion Wildcats started. We didn't have Wynnewood, right, in that COVID preseason kind of pre-playoff game, but second round was Hooker, which was a Cashion win. We faced them in second round. We had Woodland in the quarterfinals, just like last year, and just like last year, we come up with Pawhuska in the semifinals, and we're hoping for the same type of result. From a standpoint of last week's game, anything stand out to you, Chris, before we move on to the Pawhuska Huskies led by Coach Hennessy?
Yeah, and one of the things that kind of stood out to me was the fact that we could kind of do whatever we wanted to on offense last week, really move the ball. I think there was only 2 drives that we didn't score on, and one of them I think was when the JV was in, and then one was we had a first down, had a big holding penalty, moved us way back, and just never got it. But other than that, it was just up and down the field with ease. The defensive side of the ball, they were a tough running physical team. They had number 32, I think Brouchard or something like that, was a kid, and that quarterback. I mean, how many times did he just get lit up and just kept getting up slower and slower, but kept bringing the fight. And it was fun to watch our kids get out there and play physical right there with them, and just be able to hold them to, I think one touchdown came right at the end of the first half.
Right, 10 seconds right before the end of the half. Yeah.
And then they got another one in the second half, and then other than that, we shut them down. Yeah. They did score one more later on the JV, but to kind of shut that offense down that had some success throughout this year. Our defense, I think, has just gotten better every game, I feel, and that's going to be a big part of tonight.
It definitely will, yeah. Credit to Coach Goad and the Woodland Cougars they've got a lot of juniors on that team. They're going to be another wreck. They went, I believe, 10-3 or 10-2 this season. They're definitely going to have a solid season next year, as everyone returns. Well, let's focus now on the Pawhuska Huskies. The Huskies led by Coach Matt Hennessy. Coach Hennessy definitely likes to air it out and likes to score a lot of points, and they're 11-2. As you can see, their 2 losses earlier in the season. Victory Christian, who had a good season this year. I think they were in the semifinals or quarterfinals.
Quarters. I think they lost in the quarters.
They lost in the quarterfinals, and that was a Hominy team that we that was kind of a head scratcher for us. We weren't sure about that one, but
we kept watching it that night, going, surely that's not right.
Yeah. Well, we know that they may have been missing one player in that game, but as you can tell, as they went through district, went 6-0 in district, took care of business, and last game beating Elmore City Purnell easily 47-0, taking care of business. I believe they had a couple of defensive scores, a couple of pick sixes, or a pick six by Mason Gilkey, and a fumble return. I think that helped them in that game. I think it was 40-0.5, and essentially Elmore City Purnell was definitely no match. From a standpoint of the Huskies, again, 11-2, and a lot of folks picked them to be in this position. A lot of folks have them in the top 4, maybe ranked number 3 behind Ringling and Cashion, and no one's surprised to see them here in this position for sure. If we take a look in terms of the Pawhuska Huskies in itself, I know Drew Baker's not here, but he does a great job. He had a chance to sit down with Matt Hennessy and had a few questions answered. What did old Drew get out of Coach Hennessy this year?
Drew, like you said, he does a great job reaching out to the opposing team's coach and really building that relationship and being able to get some of that insider stuff that's awesome to share with our fans to see what's going on the other side of the football. And tonight, or this week, was no different. Drew talked to Coach Hennessy, and one thing that Coach Hennessy did say was, this group bought in from the year one. I guess these freshmen right here were the freshmen, or the seniors were freshmen when Coach Hennessy came in, and I think, or maybe sophomores, because I think this freshman group went 0-10 or something, didn't win a game. And to get here to where they are, that's what Coach Hennessy said, that they just bought into how a program should be run. Their administration and their booster club has bought in, and now you see it, made semifinals 2 years in a row, and just kind of have the machine well-oiled, and kind of one of those things like Cashion, where it's just, you're going to see them year after year if they keep that attitude, keep that culture,
right?
And Hennessy keeps it rolling like he is. We talked about that Hominy game, and I think that's one thing that Coach Hennessy had told Drew about, was that game was kind of a turning point for them. They did have some injuries in that game, but they didn't want to make any excuses, and there was a big turnaround after that game. It was, hey guys, no excuses. Let's get out here. Let's take care of business. And you could see it. And let me pull that schedule back up for you. But from that point on, it was just taking care of business. The only one on there that was be like, what's going on? 15-0 Afton. Well, Afton forfeited, and that's the most points that OSSAA will let you show on it. Whatever. Every game that they played was just they got better as the season went on, and part of that is the quarterback. Those first few games, to me, I thought he struggled. I don't think he was as good as what he could be, and as the season went on, you can see he's gotten better and better, making connections with those really good wide receivers that they have.
Yeah, they can certainly score, and if you take a look at their playoff, against Hominy, again, they had a rematch in round 1, Colcord in round 2, and Elmore City in the quarterfinals, again, they scored 43, 53, and 47 points. They did allow Colcord to score about 29. I don't know what the story was on that. Coach Hennessy definitely likes to keep the pressure on. I think he's a scoreboard watcher. He likes to make sure and make things look good. If there was a BCS and or a college football playoff in high school, in a sense, where there was a committee, style points, I know definitely are in Coach Hennessy's world, and that's why they've been so good. Attention to detail, getting after it, being aggressive, competitive. To your point, as he offered up earlier to Drew in the notes, again, going from 0-10 now to a couple semifinal appearances. Anything else from Coach Hennessy?
Yeah, I mean, kind of touch on that same point on Drummond, the quarterback. That's one thing that Hennessy did say was Drummond's developing, has been exciting, and has showed a lot of promise. They lost to Victory and Hominy this year, and they felt that they shouldn't have lost to Hominy, and that was that turning point. So yeah, I mean that's kind of was his words there. He asked Drew asked Coach Hennessy, that loss to Cashion last year in the semifinals, was there anything you took away from that or learned from that game to kind of change the way you did things this year? And one thing he did say, we're going to start kicking field goals in response, and they have, and they've got a kid, number 17. His name is Cooper Collar.
Yep.
I'd actually told Neiman I need to put him on our players to watch because he could be a difference maker.
Yep.
I saw him out here teeing it up from the 30-yard line, which is a 40-yard field goal, and booting it through with room to spare. So they've got a kid, and they've made that a point this year. I watched a lot of film. They kicked a lot of extra points, where last year they didn't kick any, and they've kicked field goals and have made field goals. So that's something that Coach Hennessy did take away from that game last year, and give it credit. That's how you get better, is you learn from mistakes, and that was a mistake last year that cost them the game, and they got better, and they've got a kid that can boot it, and he's going to utilize him tonight.
Yeah, so speaking of last year's game, I mean, again, 7-6, it was pretty much back and forth. Cashion, 296 yards total offense, Pawhuska, 245. Again, 14 first downs for Cashion, 19. The difference was one turnover for Pawhuska that Cashion was able to get deep. I'm not sure if we were able to take advantage of it, but it kind of flipped the field at least for Cashion.
It was on that punt return, right? There was a fumble on the punt return.
That's exactly right, and it was that one play, that magical play, set up by Mason Manning from Ben Harmon early on to get into midfield, and then Harmon hitting the streaking Lagasse with beating two guys down the sideline, getting the score, and the extra point by Christensen. The doctor put it through, and then basically it was the Brexton Green and the defense. Brexton Green playing a little wildcat, holding on to it, basically controlling the clock, and the defense running out as the Cashion Wildcats again moved on to the state title game where they took care of business against Thomas and won their Coach Shackelford's first state title, fourth in school history. When we think about the Pawhuska Huskies, going in this season, it's almost identical. Looking at season totals, Chris, we don't have that graphic up,
okay.
But ultimately, while the Pawhuska Huskies score about 48 points to Cashion's 37 per game, the offensive side is on the Cashion side, 461 to 375. It's almost equivalent on passing. It's the rushing side that's the difference between these two teams. 174-yard average for Cashion versus 88 for Pawhuska. On the defensive side, again, both teams allowed 13 points on the season.
Nice.
Right? So, you're going to see that 83 tackles for loss for Cashion, 105 for the Huskies, and both right around 26 to 30 in terms of forced turnovers, whether interceptions or fumbles. So, again, just like last year, and just like the outcome, it's razor thin, and it'll be most likely a scenario where that one last play or one key play may be the difference for everyone and getting to Richardson Stadium in Edmond next week. From a standpoint of players to watch, Chris, for the Huskies, for all of our folks watching, this is Cashion Wildcats TV, so we know what's happening on the Cashion side, but we definitely want to highlight some of those guys. You've got 4 highlighted here for the Huskies. What do you have for us?
Yeah, let's pull this up here. And number 81, Mason Gilkey. Kid's already committed to OSU. He's got a scholarship. He's actually going to be going, I think, in January and starting school early.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, and the dude is a flash on the track, and I cannot believe he's foregoing his senior year to go get another state championship on the track, but he's got a priority, and I mean, give him credit. He wants to focus on what his future looks like, and his future is going to be with the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and he wants to get up there early and get rolling. Mason Gilkey he's got 83 receptions this year for 1,315 yards. That's 15.8 yards per reception and 19 touchdowns. So he's a kid that's going to really try to take the top off the defense. Drummond is the quarterback. That name may sound familiar, but it's not Bryce Drummond that was the quarterback last year. It's his little brother. I talked about him a little bit earlier, but the kid has a cannon, and he can take the top off. He can throw the ball down the field, and he's going to throw it down the field to Mason Gilkey a lot and let him just go get some of those 50-50 balls.
Yep.
And let's see if we don't have somebody that can match up and either go knock it down or intercept it. So then you got number 4, Dalton Hurd. So you can't just focus on number 81. You got another kid, number 4, Dalton Hurd, he's got 58 catches for 924 yards, 15.9 yards per catch, and that's in 16 touchdowns on the year. So, and this kid, he was hurt for probably 3 or 4 games, I think.
Yep.
And to get those numbers, having 3 or 4 games that you're sitting out, is remarkable. And one of the reasons that he stands out is because he kind of does it all. He is a kid that's going to return kicks. He's going to return punts. I'm not sure what the numbers on his return punts this year for touchdowns, but it's got to be 3 or 4 that I saw in some of the film. And he's just one of those kids. I'm a tech guy. If you remember Wes Welker and the shiftiness.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of, is just he's got that first step. He can make a guy miss, and then he will go. And if you don't have somebody flying to the football and he makes that first guy miss, he can pick up yards quick because he's a fast kid as well. So 81-4 on the offensive side of the ball. You're going to see them get the ball a lot, and they're going to try to take shots down the field to both of those kids. Switch over to the defensive side of the football. You got number 71, Lashara Wildcat. He's a senior, defensive line, 6'5", 230. The kid is a tackling machine. He's got a motor that never stops. If you watch him in between plays, he's just pacing back and forth, back and forth. I mean, his last name is Wildcat, and it's like a caged animal out there. It's fun to watch him because he's got so much energy. He's got such a motor, and he's got that just complete attitude of just a kid that wants to win, right? And I mean, he has 116 tackles and 33 tackles for loss this year. Those numbers alone are staggering, and I mean, give this kid props. He's got some, I think, smaller D1 schools looking at him.
I think Tennessee Tech. No, it was. Probably some schools around here looking at him.
Yeah,
D2.
but I think 3 or 4 offers already. And he's going to be a kid to watch. Watch number 71. He's going to be matched up on that side, I think, with Preston Carter. But I'm excited to see what Preston can do. Yep. Preston's got some size, got some quickness to him on that offensive line. He's a smart kid that's uses great technique. But Lashara Wildcat, he's going to be the one coming off the edge, trying to get to Ben whenever he's dropping back to pass. Number 28, Jack Long, is another kid to watch on the defensive side of the ball. He's a senior linebacker, 6'3", 215 pounds. We'll probably see him line up and run the ball a little bit too, I think, at times. But his main focus is going to be that middle linebacker position and just coming downhill and making good tackles. And he's another one of those kids that's got a motor that won't stop. And I think he's one of their really vocal leaders on this team. That was a leader last year, and he's one of those kids that, you remember Caden Harrell and Braxton Green, those juniors moving up to that senior year, and they really took that leadership role on junior and senior year. This is a kid that's going to be that same way.
Yeah, these kids, they'll stand out to you. I mean, they're coming off the bus kind of kids, right? So you'll see them. It won't be hard to notice what's going on and who's that guy, and that's the guy that Chris talked about. They definitely will stand out for sure from that standpoint.
One of the things Coach Hennessy touched on with some of Drew's points was, Drew said, what will be a main factor in the game? And he said, Lashara Wildcat being blocked will be a factor for them. So if you can block Lashara Wildcat, that's going to give problems to Pawhuska. And so that's one of the kids that's, when the coach is saying, hey, he's gonna have to have a night, and they bank on it because he's that good. So.
Well, that's a great breakdown of the Pawhuska Huskies. Again, appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV, powered by Squirtle. Again, appreciate all of our awesome sponsors there in the bottom right corner. We're going to probably keep it here. We've got about 13 minutes till kickoff. We'll keep it here. Probably go to commercial here maybe right before kickoff. But, again, we can't do this. It's free of charge. We appreciate all of our fine sponsors doing this, and that's the way it should be, right? This is to highlight the kids in the community and the school, and we're really proud to be a part of the Squirtle family. Adam Dieselhorst, as well as Corey Rogers. Check them out at Squirtle.com, Squirtle.tv. And if you'd like to advertise with Cashion Wildcats, we've got basketball season. Even though we got 2 games, hopefully, left for football, we'll have basketball season. We had $100,000 for basketball last year for a total of $200,000 through the course of the year.
And what's up with us being ranked number 2 in basketball when we had like 22 something votes for first place. Anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So, so something had to happen. If you have half the coaches' votes and you're still number 2, first place, there must have been quite a few folks that had us ranked down really low. And, hey, that's what happens when, there's certain schools that play football and there's some schools that don't play football and they just play basketball and baseball.
There's schools that only play basketball and baseball?
I would not ever. I would move my child out of that school immediately. I would say, or I would petition, do we not have enough people to play 8-man?
Let's go. Let's play some football.
Let's play football. That's like saying, hey, we want to be really good at math. We don't want any English. I just, for me personally, I guess it's good for you all for that you're doing that and you get to do and have 2 baseball seasons. That's fantastic. But I couldn't stand not having a chance to watch, cheer on, have a child or play for football.
The fact that we're playing a semifinal football game right now makes it all worth it to me. So, this is so great, and that's the great thing about being a part of Cashion is just the well-rounded sports from top to bottom, girls and boys, and can't beat it.
Looks like we've got the band coming out. We might have a national anthem coming up here very soon. Let's try to break down the Cashion Wildcats perspective from Coach Shackelford. So what did Coach Shack offer up to our man Drew Baker prior to this game?
Yeah, like Drew always says, he tries to kind of add the same questions in to both coaches. Let's see if they are about to fire up the band here. Anyway, I'll kind of keep talking until they get it going. But the changes what are the challenges in playing a team in the semifinals twice, particularly one you've beaten? Coach Shackelford said, I think each year has its own unique challenges. Teams are very rarely the same each year. We are both very similar, but also have a lot of different personnel. We don't spend a lot of time on what they did or didn't do last year. They focus on what the game plan at hand is. And and that's what has made Coach Shackelford so good year in and year out. It's that next game mentality, and he prepares and stays consistent from week in and week out.
So in terms of keys for the Cats, this is our Legacy Insurance Financial Services, Chris and Chris, downtown Cashion, bringing this to you. So Chris, on offense and defense, what should we be looking for?
Yeah, on the offensive side of football, we're going to really have to be balanced. You're going to have to see the run game and the pass game, which we've seen that all year long. And to be successful against a team like this that has a kid like Lashara Wildcat pinning his ears back trying to get to your quarterback, you're going to have to slow him down a little bit by being able to have a little success running the football. And then, I say it a lot throughout the years, no turnovers, right? In a game like this, it can be game-changing. We talked about the turnover last year on that punt return, and it turned the tides a little bit. And then on the defensive side of the football, we got to put pressure on the quarterback. I watched a lot of film for Pawhuska this year, and there was a lot of teams that, the Drummond kid was sitting back there for 5-6 seconds, had plenty of time to find those really good wide receivers and be able to just rear back and chunk it down the field. And if you give him time, he's going to make big plays. So put pressure on that quarterback, make him throw that ball up, and when he does, be ball hawks. The guys that are going to be back there playing safety, if the ball goes up, you've got to make a play on the ball, go up, either knock it down or intercept it, because the 2 boys on the other side of the field are going to be going up strong, trying to high point the ball and bring it down. So you want to be just as physical, just as ball hawkish as those receivers are, go up and get it and make plays on the ball. So if we can do those 4 things, I really think the Cashion Wildcats are going to have a great chance to take away the victory tonight. Let's switch it over to the field, and we'll get the band going for the national anthem.
Of others around you during this moment of silence. Thank you. And now, if you will direct your attention to the field and the Cashion Band and the West End Zone for our flag, it is time for the national anthem.
All right. God bless America. We say it every single week, every Friday night. The greatest country in the entire world. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. It's the greatest place, and we're blessed to be here. And we're blessed to be here in Pawhuska City, Oklahoma, as the Cashion Wildcats 12-1, taking on the Pawhuska Huskies 11-2 here in OSSA Class A semifinal action. Neiman and Bobby, Chris Gibson, appreciate you guys joining us here in the pregame. Chris, appreciate you kind of breaking down the keys for the Cats for a victory inside the locker room with Coach Shackelford as well as with Coach Hennessy. And we're getting close to that time, Chris. I'm going to grab the Sharpie. We're about 6 minutes from kickoff as the Cashion Wildcats and the Pawhuska Huskies are ready to take on what's going to be another epic battle 2.0. So I'm going to ask you the question.
What's that question?
Yeah, I ask it to you every time. And, being the greatest color guy in high school sports streaming here in the state of Oklahoma, it comes with a lot of privileges, but a lot of responsibility. One of them is always being prepared and basically on point, which you are every single Friday. You put the work in that no one else wants to do, inside scoop, and you rarely are wrong on kind of the expectations of the game. But one thing you're always on is the
Thank
score.
You, Cashion High School.
And so with that, we definitely would love to get your perspective on your prediction. So Sharpie's in hand. Let's make sure to flip. I don't know if you don't need to flip it over. We'll just show it real quick. The Sharpie is here. It travels just like our defense to Pawhuska City. So, Chris, what do you have for us here tonight? What do you think is going to happen?
Last year's game, we went in and we did a pregame show before that. We had the Squirtle Game of the Week guys that called it, but we went ahead and made a prediction, right? And I think it was I had 35-28. And everybody thought it was going to be a high-scoring game, right? Because both offenses were just ridiculously good. But no, what's better than those offenses? Both of those defenses. And I don't think really anybody knew how good those defenses were until that game. This year, I think both defenses are still really good. I just don't think they are as good as those defenses were last year. And I think both these offenses are closer to what the offenses were last year. Yep. So I think it's going to be a little bit higher scoring game this year than last. And what I have wrote down in my phone, typed, was 28-24 Cashion Wildcats.
All right, I'll take that every day, all the time. I'd take 2-0, but 28-24, I like it. That's a good score. I mean, some extra points have been made. Maybe a field goal.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
I like it.
There.
So appreciate that. And again, if you've been following us, if you've been one of those 100,000 folks this year that have been following us this season, Chris is basically spot on 100%, ready to go. We'll see as the Sharpie is out. We'll see if Chris hits it again.
And I told my wife, tune in during the prediction because I got to give my girls a shout out.
That's right.
Every week. Avery and Olivia and Madeline and Ashley. Love y'all girls.
All right, so with that, the captains are coming out to midfield. Our officials for tonight, I know my man Mark Parrott got it for me. Referee Ernie D. Bernard, umpire Todd Blish, linesman Craig Bradshaw, line judge Terrence Coleman, and back judge Kerry Massey. And Chris, what do we always say? The 2-second variety on our officials.
These guys that come out here and give their time every night, we cannot have these football games without these officials. We appreciate them coming out here, giving their time, giving their effort. They are not making a living coming out here and calling football games, and it's probably not near enough pay to get yelled at by but fans and coaches, but we sure appreciate that they come out here, give their time and their effort to make sure that these games are played and keep our kids safe, and just the fact that they want to give and serve their communities like they do. We appreciate them.
Absolutely. And so while during the game we may not agree with the call, we may say it stinks, it's nothing personal. We absolutely appreciate the guys.
We're just homers.
We're just homers. And again, if you just joined us here on Cashion Wildcats TV, it is Homer Television for the Cashion Wildcats. Wildcats send out captains Ben Harmon, senior Joey Wilson, senior Landon Lagasse, senior Mason Manning, and senior Nick Nabavi hanging back at the 50 for the Visiting tonight, Pawhuska Huskies in a black helmet, gray tops, black bottoms, a little orange and black outline. Looks like we've got number 71, that senior Lasharo Wildcat. Chris talked about him. Number 28, Jack Long, senior 6'3", 215. We've got number 1, A.J. Soliano, senior 5'8", 170, wide receiver, DB. And who else am I missing, Chris?
81, Mason
Number
Gilkey.
81. How can I forget Mason Gilkey, the trackster, wide receiver, going to OSU out there. Again, a senior, Mason Gilkey, 6'4", 195. It looks like we do have Drummond. It looks like Dalton Hurd, as well as number 21. That is John Reed Jr., second leading tackler on the team, back there at the 50 as well. The flip is there. It will be Pawhuska's call. Let's see what looks like. We won the toss, and in true Cash Shackelford form, I bet you we do take this. Let's see what happens here. So, look like. No, it looks like the Pawhuska Huskies do win the toss. They're, of course, going to receive because Coach Hennessy loves the offense as well. And so the looks like we'll have the handshakes, and we'll be ready to go again. The Cashion Wildcats, maroon helmets, black tops, white bottoms here. Field turf, weather's great tonight here in Ponca City. I think low right around the mid-50s.
About 55 degrees.
Very limited wind. Well, there is a wind, but what do you think that is, about 10 to 15?
Yeah, enough to be able to see the stripes all the way across on the flag a little bit, but, man, not enough to affect anything as far as what these two quarterbacks can do in the air. You talked about Hennessy taking that ball. That's one thing that Drew did mention was these two coaches mirror a lot of the same things, and that's one that they mirror is when they win the toss, they're going to take the ball and try to go score first thing out of the bat. And when you don't win the toss and you're going against a team like that, that first drive is such a big thing. If you can get that stop, get the ball, go score, it kind of just takes that air out of that team. And right here, let's get the defense out there. That's what's going to win this game, and get a stop, get the ball in the hands of our offense.
All right, both teams go to their respective sides. Again, this is a east-west field. We are facing north. Cashion Wildcats coming out on the field, led by senior Joey Wilson. Home team, absolutely love it. Again, Cashion Wildcats doing well this year. Ben Harmon, 218 for 317, 218, I should say, completions for 70%, 3,700 yards, definitely up there on top of the state. 48 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Nick Nabavi, 191 totes for 1,381 yards, 7.2 per carry, 19 TDs. And the two-headed monster of Landon Lagasse and Mason Manning, both right around 1,600 yards. Lagasse has got 28 TDs. Manning's got 13. They both average right around 18 yards per catch. And then the defense, how could we forget? The sophomore Bryce Burke has been ridiculous this year. He's got 88 tackles, leads the team with 7 tackles for loss. And then guess who? Number 88, Jackson Vandruff, 87 tackles on the season with a whopping 21 tackles for loss. It's definitely going to be a showcase of some stellar athletes as the Pawhuska Huskies head on to the field. Deep for the Huskies, we expect Jack Long, Dalton Hurd, and of course Mason Gilkey. It looks like it will be Dalton Hurd who'll be middle. Kicking off for the Cashion Wildcats will be our man, Mr. Freeze. Bryson Hogan. Expect a kickoff here at the short sideline, and we're going to have playoff football here any second.
Yeah, you got to love it right here. This is what it's all about. When you got two really good teams, you saw the captains come out and really hug it out and probably talk a little trash, because this is something that both of these teams have put on their schedule at the very first of the year. Now it's here. And this is the game everybody wants to see, and we're excited to get this thing kicked off and rolling.
Most likely look to see a kickoff here right around the 30 to number 44. That is, I apologize. That's going to be JoJo Hendren.
Gilkey up.
And it's high onside. It's like it's going to hit in and out of the hands of Gilkey. He'll make a nice little move. He's out of bounds. Nice safe kick. Gavin Phippen with the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Pawhuska Huskies, led by Coach Hennessy, take over right around the 33-yard line.
And you can tell they scouted. They knew exactly what we do. We do that high kick right onto that sideline. And what they did was they just kind of snuck 44 up. Let Mason Gilkey kind of sneak in. Let's see if Coach Shackelford saw that and see if try to kick it over Mason Gilkey's head the next time.
Todd Drummond Jr., 6'4", 195 quarterback. Pistol formation with Terrell Richards behind him, the junior. Trips out right. Aced out by himself is number 8. That is Deacon Hendren, the sophomore, 5'11", up against, looks like Gavin Phippen. Drummond will look to his right. He's going to come out with a out to Gilkey. He's going to find him. And It looks like it's going to be a great tackle there. Is that Mason? Is that Landon Lagasse?
I think so.
Or is that Gilbert? That's Seth Gilbert, I believe.
Seth Gilbert.
No, is that Gilbert? It is. So we definitely have our first matchup identification there with Seth Gilbert coming out, the junior with the tackle on Gilkey. Hennessy and the Pawhuska Huskies will flex back out to the wide side with trips now on this side close to us. Drummond in shotgun, back to pass again. Looking to go one-on-one. Gavin Phippen on the outside receiver. Looks like it is caught. Will it be in bounds? It will be in bounds. So deep catch there. Nice job by Deacon Hendren. Great coverage there by the senior Gavin Phippen on the sophomore. It'll be 1st down and 10 in Cashion territory.
Yeah, and right there what happened is, Gilkey and Hurd are over on this near side, and they have, looks like Landon and Gilbert up close with some safeties over the top. Gavin is singled up on that far side, and he's going to be on an island all night. So let's see if he was right there in coverage. He was. Let's see if he can go up and get one of those.
1st and 10, 10:50, running clock here, first quarter. First run of the play there inside. The give, looks like it's going to be a nice gain of about 5 or 6 for Tyrell Richardson, and that'll move the ball right across the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 4 here for the Huskies.
Yeah, and if you look there, you can tell that the Cashion Wildcats are just daring them to run the ball. They've only got about 4 guys, 3 or 5 guys very close to that line of scrimmage, and they're just saying, let's see if you can run the ball, but if you try to throw it, we're going to have people drop back.
Drummond flushed out of the pocket. No holding call there on the outside. Phippen with the tackle. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and that'll be Drummond's first carry of the night, and that'll be enough for a 1st down and 10 for the Pawhuska Huskies.
Yeah, it was that Joey, just right there in his fingertips. If you could have got him, would have had a tackle for loss there. But Drummond, with a little bit of speed, got to that outside and got the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 from the 30, 10:15, clock stops out of bounds. Pistol formation here for the Huskies. Drummond will give inside. Looks like Nabavi had the first chance on the tackle, misses it, gets the outside. Lagasse comes back in, makes the tackle. Looks like there's a loose ball, falls back on it. And that's unfortunate. Nabavi was there on the hip. Give credit to Tyrell Richardson. Breaks the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. It's inside right at the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Huskies.
Yeah, that right there. Nick saw that perfectly, came through, and just didn't get him down. That's something that you're going to have to do. You can't let that kid get by there, just like on when Cashion has the ball, and they're going to try to bring their ears, pin their ears back and get the quarterback. You miss that first tackle, there's going to have room to run.
Gilkey in motion on the outside, coming back up, big hits. Gilkey's going to pay for that one. He wants to talk some smack. Just get back to the huddle, my man. Nice work there by the Cashion Wildcats. Seeing that play, recognizing, pass was a little bit high. It'll bring up 2nd down 10 as the incompletion falls to the ground.
Gilbert came up and made that big hit, but it was a little bit floated pass there, and I was hoping he was just going to go up and get it and take it to the house. But he must have not saw the ball that was that floated out there, and he just went in there for the hit to make sure that wasn't a completion. And that's going to be one thing you want to watch. See if that quarterback will float some of those out there and give the Cashion Wildcats a chance to go get it.
2-by-2, blitz up middle coming in. Richardson with the carry, gets to the outside. Nice little cut. Eventually brought down right around the 4-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 4 with 9:37 here, running clock, first quarter.
Yeah, and like I said, with not very many people just right up there at the line of scrimmage, Coach Shackelford's gonna, or Coach Wood's kind of daring them to run, and right there they got about 5 yards on it. And let's see if the Cashion Wildcats can kind of stiffen up here at the goal line and keep them from getting in.
3rd and 4, I got to believe this is 4-down territory for Hennessy. I can't imagine trying to kick a field goal from here. But
this early, it was 4-down territory. They're going to try to get in the end zone.
So two plays here for Hennessy. Let's see what they do here. Empty backfield, quad, actually a bunch formation here to the left. I'm going to see if they won't go to Gilkey here. It's going to be a keeper for Drummond going outside. Jackson Vandruff with the tackle. Nice job by Vandruff. Turns him inside. Is able to get that long arms of the law. Bryce Burke there with the cleanup, and that'll be 4th down. And it's right around the 2-yard line. Running clock here, 8:46, so big possession.
They're going to run their little swinging gate that they do go for 2. This is what they normally do when they go for 2. This is for a touchdown, though.
Looks like they're going to try to kick the extra point as number 7. Look, they're going to kick the field goal. So Cooper Kyler, the senior, 6'2", 180. We'll have to check if he was on the roster last year. But my man Cooper Kyler. And so Coach Hennessy preaching what he talked about to Drew Baker in the initial interview. Let's see if it's a fake. Snap, hold us down, kick is up. He missed it. He's in. It is. It's no. Oh, it's good.
No, it did. Snuck right in there. It looked kind of
I thought it was outside too as well. So that will be a 14-yard field goal. And that will be the first points as the Pawhuska Huskies drive down the field all the way starting from the 33, get stopped on 4th and 4, kick the field goal and take the lead. First lead of this game, 3-0.
Yeah, right there, the defense, they worked it down the field. The Pawhuska Huskies kind of did what they've done all year long, worked it down there, got to the 4-yard line, just couldn't get anything going once they got inside that 5-yard line. They came out, kind of showed a little bit of that swinging gait, looked like they were going to try to sneak one in for a touchdown, decided to take the safe, easy points. And like I said, and like Drew's point on those in that interview with Matt Hennessy, is he's going to learn from that mistake. They've got a kid that has worked hard to be able to kick those field goals, and he took advantage right there.
So 2 huge plays for the Pawhuska Huskies, the big 40-yard pass to number 8, Deacon Hedren, the big run there by Tyrell Richardson. Cashion Wildcat defense bows up, holds them to just 3. So I guess in essence a mini victory. Cooper Kyler is kicking off deep for the Wildcats. We've got Lagasse as well as Mason Manning. It's a high kicker. It looks like it's going to be Gilbert there on the catch. Actually, is that
Landon?
Landon's coming all the way across. All the way. He has a lane to the 20, to the 30, breaks one tackle. He doesn't. He had a chance, had blockers all the way in front of him as the convoy of Joey Wilson, Caleb Duran, and Cooper Frazee. The Cashion Wildcat, shoestring tackle there by the Pawhuska Huskies, will take over 1st down and 10 from the 31.
Yeah, it took a little while for that to kind of come together there, but once Landon saw that lane and he turned it down the field, man, you thought you had a chance to get down the field and make a big play, which was still a good return out to the 30-yard line from the 5. But man, what would that have done for the Cashion Wildcats?
1st and 10, empty look here for the Wildcats as Shackelford splits everyone out, trips on the short side on the field side. Up top boundaries looks like Nabavi and Gilbert. Snap, Harmon to Nabavi. He's got a block. He gets a chance to get outside. Jack Long there is with the tackle. Unfortunately, it looks like that was Gilbert who did not get the block on Deacon Hedren. It caused Nick to bounce outside, and that'll be a loss of 2 on 1st down and make it 2nd down at about 12.
Yeah, and you don't see that very often where Coach Shackelford has that play going to their sideline over there. But that time he's trying to sneak one out there to that wide side to let Nick get some room out there to run, maybe trying to get out there on some defensive backs and try to break something. And Jack Long did a good job of following, getting out there and making a tackle for loss.
And I absolutely hate these uniforms. I can't tell any numbers whatsoever, and our guys look almost identical. In motion, it looks like Lagasse. Looks like it's going to be a roll. Keeper by Harmon. He's got a lane and got a block. Keeps it outside to the 40, to the 45. He's got the 1st down. Pushed out of bounds. Tackled by Mason Gilkey. Nice job, Ben Harmon following his blockers. Very close to midfield to be 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that time just kind of cleared out and let Ben just get out there on the edge and really make something happen with Landon out there blocking in front. He's one of the best blockers we have out when you get out in space. And, man, that time just gave him enough to get that big 1st down.
12 personnel for the Wildcats. Manning up top, Lagasse inside, Nabavi inside give. Cuts back inside, has a small lane, gets about 2 yards. Credit to the Pawhuska defense. Looks like that may have been number 54. Was that 54? Yes, that's Noah Wilson, I believe, the sophomore on the tackle. I can't tell, but nonetheless, we're literally 9 million miles up here in beautiful Ponca City high school facilities. Fantastic press box. It's one of the gifts, right? Beautiful press box is the one that curse those. I can't see. I'll be able to see those penalties. So we've got 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats at midfield. Inside give to Nabavi. He's got a big lane, pulls over. Looks like he'll get right around the 40, looks like the 46 on the Pawhuska side of the field. So a nice little gain of about 4 or 5. We'll bring up 3rd down and manageable. 6:50 1st quarter. Appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV semifinal action live from Ponca City, Oklahoma. Chris Gibson, myself, Neiman Abavi. Appreciate you guys joining us. Little H-back set. Blitz is on. Looks like as the Pawhuska Huskies showing with Jack Long and looks like number 21, John Reed. 2 receivers up top. Harmon with the give to Nabavi up the middle. He'll pull forward. Looks like he'll get maybe 1. And that'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and Coach Shackelford's kind of decided let's try to run the ball. Let's try to really establish that line of scrimmage and show them that we can run it. They've done a good job, and they've kind of packed that box in there. They got 6-7 guys in the box, and they're really going to try to make Ben throw the ball, looks like to me. And going for it here on this 4th down. Let's see what happens.
4th and 3, 5:58 first quarter. Cashion Wildcats almost getting an offsides. It wasn't. It was close. I know the fans are cheering for one. Harmon with the keeper himself. He'll cut back. Cross. That'll be enough for the first down. Great keeper there by Ben Harmon. And I got to believe early on already, 2 big plays by Ben Harmon as the Huskies are keying on number 4, senior Nick Nabavi. That's going to leave Ben Harmon hopefully for a big day. And that'll be a first down as the Cats move the chains. 5:43 right around the 40.
Yeah, and one thing that Drew picked up in the interview with Matt Hennessy was that he really praised Nick Nabavi and the ways that he has come in and really carried the ball this year. And that's one thing that they were going to key on was Nick Nabavi. And you see it right there. When they're keying on him, that's going to open the lanes for Ben Harmon.
1st and 10, 5:22 running clock. Harmon back to pass, looking for the give and go. Up top, looks like he's got Manning. Great defense there. Actually, the intended receiver was Gilbert as number 4. With a little bit extra love there, Dalton Hurd reminding everyone that he knocked that down. Nice work, Dalton, as Gilbert, the intended receiver. Good ball there by Harmon. I think he could have put a little bit more air on it. I think he would have had a chance.
Well, and right there, I mean, you see, and if you're watching at home, you might be saying, hey, that's he had his hand on Gilbert. I think that was more of just kind of back and forth right there. Good defense, and with the big first down, I think Coach Shackelford just said, let's try to sneak one in on them. And right here now it's back to the focus. Let's see if we don't run the ball again to try to just kind of establish that run game.
So Cashion with the H-back. We've got Brown in motion. Keeper right side. Lead blocker's got a big lane. 30. See you later. Cashion Wildcats. Touchdown.
That's a touchdown right there by Ben Harmon because those boys are not ready for the speed that Ben has and getting on that edge. We haven't seen Ben. We've seen Ben run this year, but it hasn't been a huge part of the game plan. And this week you can see that Coach Shackelford in that offense has decided and maybe saw a little weakness on the edges of the Pawhuska defense. And whenever you had that going across there, the kid going across, you kind of saw those linebackers leaning one way, and Ben took it all the way down the sideline for the touchdown.
Now Bobby with the holds, Bryson Hogan with the kick, important extra point. It's a wobbler. Does it get through?
No.
It does not, just short. That's not what we would expect out of Bryson Hogan, who's been fantastic. And so with that missed extra point, it's the Cashion Wildcats with that 40-yard romp, putting up a touchdown, up 6-3 with 5:05 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you see it right here in this replay. You see Max Brown going in that motion, and then Ben just pulls it down. You had great blocking up front by the boys, the big boys that have done it all year long, and just gave Ben clear sailing to the end zone for the first touchdown of the football game.
Some issues here with the scoreboard. We'll eventually get it there for you as the Cashion Wildcats are up 6-3. There we go. So, again, the drive starting on the Cashion 31, going 69 yards. Ben Harmon topping it off with a 40-yard run. Key plays, Ben Harmon on a first down keeper on second down early in the series and the possession. And then a big 4th down and 4 pickup for Harmon. Keeps the chains moving for the Wildcats. And on 2 plays later, Harmon in the end zone. And the great blocking there, they pulled Bryce Berg. Jackson Vandruff was out there. It was a fantastic play call. Bryson Hogan out to kick. We do have Mason Gilkey here sitting at the 15. Up front is number 44. That is JoJo Hendren. Let's see if Cashion, as Chris alluded to, will try that same high onside kick right around the 25 where Gilkey is waiting for it. It's a knuckler. It'll be caught on the ground. Gilkey will cut back to the middle. Jackson Vandruff in pursuit. Slows him down to Bobby. Woo! And the Cashion Wildcats. Gilkey made a business decision, as they say. Right, Chris? Goes down.
I don't know if it's a business decision or the ground made it for him. What do you call it? The turf monster got him. But either way, he went down before Jackson Vandruff was there to suck him in. And, man, Jackson Vandruff has been there all year long on those special teams, and no different right there. Was there to make the play and really kind of give the Cashion defense a chance to stop them deep in their end.
So Pawhuska on their second set of downs here, second possession of the first half. Again, 5:01 first quarter. A lot of fireworks already. Taking over right around the 24-yard line. Drummond in shotgun. Behind him, looks like it is Jack Long. Inside, get the Long. He'll cut back outside. Comes back, nice little run. Looks like he'll get all the way to about the 36-yard line. Will be a first down. Good run there by Jack Long. Twist there by Jackson Vandra. Looked like he kind of spun back into the line. Unfortunately, that was a big lane. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you're going to see. Coach Hennessy is a good coach. He's going to take what the defense gives them too, just like Coach Shackelford does. And if you're, daring them to run the ball, they're going to do it.
Yeah, Cashion with 2 safety help with Lagasse and Manning. Cashion showing a 3-man front. Ends Long with the keeper to the outside. Nabavi in pursuit. Outside, looks like great job by Max Brown pushing him out of bounds. So nice work there by the junior. Or is that Gavin Fippen?
Gavin.
That's Gavin Fippen.
Oh, nope, that was Max.
No, it was Max, yeah.
Because Gavin's got the club, right?
Yeah, he does have the club. You can't tell with these numbers. I apologize. Black shirts with maroon numbers. God awful, but they do look sharp, from a perspective of college. So, gain of 1 on that for Jack Long. In motion inside is Hurd. He'll come to the outside on the jet sweep. Cashion trying to turn him back inside. He's got a lane. Eventually met by Max Brown. Nice little gain of about 5 or 6, and I'll bring up third down and about 3. 4:37 first quarter for the Huskies.
And that's the kid right there that was telling you, just kind of do it all. He's going to they're going to try to get the ball in his hands as many ways as they can. And right there, you just saw him. He was just kind of skipping along back there behind those linemen. And whenever he sees a lane, he is quick enough to get down the field quick and eat up yards fast. And that time he got 5. Or 6, I guess.
Yeah, I did get 6. Third 3 from the 42, 4:14. First quarter. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Cashion Wildcats TV. Gilkey aced out here by himself up here. Twins up top. Little 12 personnel, 11 personnel for the Huskies. Long in shotgun in the pistol with Drummond. Drummond back to pass. Out to Hurd. Extended out. Good coverage there by Max Brown. Outside the outstretched hands of number 4 intended receiver, Dalton Hurd. And it's fourth down.
And that's one thing you're going to see right there by the Cashion front. They put pressure on Drummond right there, and he had to throw the ball before he really wanted to, and it floated. One of these times, he's going to float one out there, and it's going to go the other way for a touchdown.
So it looks like Hennessy is showing that they're going to go for it. Actually, it looks like I'm going to guess punt here as they got a strong right formation. No one back for Cashion. Kick is off, number 8, Deacon Hendren. It hits about the 25. It'll roll to the 20, inside the 15. It's still going. Nice Pawhuska roll all the way down to the 13. But Cashion with the allowing the first down run there by Jack Long. Bow up. Get the stop, and it'll be Cashion ball, 1st and 10 with 3:45 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just kind of wondering who was going to get that first big stop, and the Cashion Wildcat defense did a great job after that really good kick, really good cover to come in, get that stop. Even after they picked up one big run play by Jack Long, the defense really made a correction there, got some stops from running downs, stopped on a pass, and got the ball back in the hands of the offense.
2-by-2 for the Wildcats here. Nabavi now moving to the right of Ben Harmon. Shotgun. Cats up 6-3. Harmon with a swing pass out to Brown. He's going to have to make a guy miss. He does. Cuts back inside, still on his feet. Eventually gets tackled after getting all the way down to the 19-yard line. So nice gain there on first down.
Yeah, nice. You'll take that 5-6 yards every time right there. Right there, I think Coach Shackford was saying, let's get Max the ball out there on the edge, see if he can make a guy miss with the speed that Max has. If he can ever get out in the open and see a lane, he can get yards quick too.
So 2nd and 5, so gain of 5 on that first down pass there from Ben Harmon to Max Brown, the senior to the junior. Harmon in shotgun. This one will go inside to Nabavi. Stays patient. Got a lane. Moving and grooving. That'll be enough for the first down. So a nice 7-yard pickup by Nabavi, and the Cashion Wildcats have another first down.
That's what's important about getting about 5-6 yards on that first down. You really have the option to try to throw it down the field or give it to Nick up the middle and run. You keep that defense guessing, and you're going to have opportunities for big plays, and you keep the chains moving just like that all the way down the field.
Yeah, Nabavi's got 1,400 yards on the season, averaging about 7.2 yards per carry, so right on average there for him. Mason Manning now in shotgun. Give to Manning on the other side, coming back in, and great read there by number 8, Deacon Hedren. He wasn't fooled on that one as he came in and basically throws his body at Mason Manning's ankles, and that'll be a loss of about 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, that time right there, just trying to get the ball in the hands of one of our playmakers, and Deacon Hendren, he's had a game so far. He had the big catch on that first possession for for the Huskies, and then so far in this on the defensive side, I think he's made 2 big tackles.
Yeah, sure has. 5'11", 165 sophomore. Cashion now 2nd and 12, 1:59 here, first quarter action. Sorry we don't have a clock for you. I'll try my best to remind you what it is or let you know. Harmon back to pass, looking to his left. Come back to his right. He's got a double move. He's going to keep it. Trying to get a blocker. Protect that ball, Ben. Big hit there. Looks like coming up to make the stop initially was number 58. That is Devin Bigshore, Junior Big Horse. I apologize. Junior 6'1", 220.
And 21, I think he kind of came in there and almost knocked the ball out.
Yeah, John Reed, second leading tackler on the team for the Pawhuska Huskies. And so no gain and a big 3rd down and long for the Wildcats as the Pawhuska Huskies defense bowing up.
Yeah, and that play right there was one of those that needed a little time to develop, and the Huskies did a good job of just making those coverages and not giving Ben really anything to throw at.
Flip route, Brown open. He's got they're going to throw the flag. He's got to throw the flag. He was going to call that no catch regardless, as number 28, Jack Long, gets burned by the speedster, Max Brown, runs into him, knocks him down, and no call. And that's huge. I mean, that's a simple, easy call. That's an easy call to make, and I guess our back judge decided that, hey, this is a semifinal, we don't want to throw any flags. So with that, the punt team will come out for the Cashion Wildcats. Deep for the Pawhuska Huskies here with 1:06 getting their first stop will be number 4, Dalton Hurd. He's going to set up right around the 42-yard line as the Pawhuska Huskies going to be looking to get some good field position.
Yeah, and the only thing I could figure out there why he didn't call the interference was because maybe face guarding is not illegal in high school, and maybe he didn't make contact till the ball hit. That's the only thing I could think.
Max Brown came back to the ball and he got hit. Well, that's right. You can't face guard. You can't just hit the guy coming back for the football. That's going to be key here again with 1:06 here in the first quarter.
I'm going to switch it over here and we can watch it again and see if Mark got that on film. But you see Max released there and have him beat. He turns around to get the ball and just gets tackled before the ball even gets there. So, yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
He was signaling no catch. He was signaling no good before even it happened. Like he was shaking his head that he wasn't going to call pass interference. And that's a shame because it was pass interference. But, again, here on Cashion Wildcats TV, Homer Television, that's how we feel. I'm sure those of you that are watching that have no care.
On the other end of the press box, they're saying, that's a great call.
No, they're probably saying, oh, man, we got lucky on that one. That's what they're saying because we've said that too as
and
well.
Right here, let's see, I'm sure Coach Shackelford has scouted way more than me on this, but if we do punt the ball, which looks like we're not, looks like we're going to try to go for it, but Dalton Hurd is back there just in case Ben probably tries to quick kick it. Dalton Hurd, number 4, I talked about him early, returning punts. You don't want to give him very much room back there to work with in the open space if you do punt it to him because he's one big playmaker back there that could really hurt the Wildcats if he had a chance to get moving.
So Ben Harmon will punt it. He'll get it off. It's going to hit right around the 50. It's going to bounce. Hurd will get it right around the 40. Come back to the outside. He's got a lane. Dangerous return. Eventually tackled. We will have a block in the back on guess who. It's going to be against Mason Gilkey trying to stop Jackson Vandruff, special teams monster. And so the back judge giving a little bit of break back to the Cashion Wildcats. I'd rather have the first down on the ball, but this is a close second, I guess, as the penalty will sit right around the 44. They'll be marched back another 10 or 15 from there. It'll be first down and 10 for the Pawhuska Huskies.
So both defenses here, came out and did their job. We may have said it was a little bit of a pass interference there, but in the end, the ball's back in the hand of the Pawhuska Huskies, so both defenses have come out after letting both teams just kind of do what they wanted to down the field and have made some adjustments and made 2 big stops here for both teams.
So the 10-yard mark-off will move the ball on the penalty all the way back to the 34-yard line. We didn't see the referee give the signal on what was happening, but most likely a block in the back. And so it'll be first and 10 as the Huskies take over their third possession here. 55 seconds first quarter. Appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV, powered by Squirtle. It's a good one. We knew it was going to be a good one, and it is. 6-3, the Wildcats up, getting a touchdown on their first possession. Drummond and back, handoff underneath, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Nabavi will be the guy as number 23 intended carrier Terrell Richardson, the junior 6'3", 215, gets picked up by the senior Nick Nabavi.
Nick was like, hey, you want to ride like my backpack, bud? Let's go. He had him picked up, wasn't letting him go anywhere.
He went, after missing that tackle earlier that gave up a big first down, I don't think he's going to allow that to happen.
Well, that's one way to not miss a tackle is just pick him up and not let him move.
Second and 10, 28 seconds running clock here. This may be the last play of the first quarter. 2-by-2 for the Huskies. Drummond in shotgun. Richardson with him. Intended receiver. We can take a look. Gilkey in motion as Gilbert runs. It'll be a screen out there. Gilbert in the flats. Coming back, trying to turn him in. He'll get to the outside. Great job there by Gilkey, showing his speed, slowing down the Cashion defense, and then punching it back outside. It'll be a gain of about 5, and it'll be third down and about 5 here. And with 9 seconds, actually, looks like with the out-of-bounds play, we'll leave it here. One more play in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's got, difference making speed, different making speed. Whenever he gets out there and you get going and he gives you that kind of slow down and get back to the edge, that's something hard to stop. And the defense didn't give up too much. It looked like they had him hemmed up back behind the line of scrimmage, and he wound up getting 4 out of it.
Drummond back to pass, pressure in the pocket, coming out, coming back in, and it's dropped. Gilkey drops it. Intended receiver coverage was Gilbert, and the Cashion Wildcats hopefully get a 3 and out here. Let's see what Coach Hennessy does. And we're still in the first quarter. I thought we might get out with 20 seconds on the clock, but it looks like with the incompletion with 4.3 here, it looks like the Huskies will be looking back to punt as number 8, Deacon Hendren, the sophomore, back in punt formation. Cashion not caring one bit about a return. We'll hold tight. And again, got to give credit to Coach Hennessy. He's got a great offensive game plan and does a great job with these Huskies. Hendren with the low snap, high punt, actually a liner. It's going to hit. It's going to be a great punt for the Huskies. And it's going to roll all the way down inside the 20, right around the 17-18, where the Cashion Wildcats get the 3 and out. We'll take over for their third possession with no time. That actually did end the quarter as we move to second quarter action. We'll go to a timeout. So appreciate you guys joining us. Come on back here, Cashion Wildcats TV.
Legacy Insurance and Financial Services is proud to be on Main Street in Cashion, Oklahoma, supporting our Wildcats while riding business throughout Oklahoma and surrounding states. Legacy agents who share over 40 years of experience will shop many carriers to fulfill all of your insurance and investment needs. We welcome face-to-face meetings, but if your needs require an online virtual relationship, we are versed at those too. Let the team of Chris Gibson, Chris Cochran, Aaron Phoenix, and Christina Branson at Legacy Insurance and Financial Services help you build your own legacy, one you will be proud to live and to leave.
All right, welcome back to Ponca City, Oklahoma. It's the Cashion Wildcats television production of 2021 Cashion Wildcats football. Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson joining here again from Ponca City High School. Semifinal action is your Cashion Wildcats, number 1 ranked 12-1, taking on the 11-2 Pawhuska Huskies, ranked number 3 in the state. Class A tilt. It's been a good one as the Wildcats take their initial drive, go 40 yards on a Ben Harmon score. Actually, they go 70 yards, 69 yards with a Ben Harmon 40-yard score. Huskies on their first possession put up, drive the field, get to the 4, get stopped, and kick a field goal. Wildcats taking over for their third possession here of the game. Second quarter action again start. Harmon back, and he's been the difference in this game for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Those big 4th down runs that got picked up first downs, and then the big touchdown. That's one thing that we'll see if they make a correction on that.
Harmon inside getting the Bobby. Pulls forward. Looks like he's going to get about 3 on that one.
Whoa.
Little extracurricular activity as the Huskies come in. Looks like we've got number 71, Lasharo Wildcat. We talked about him in the pregame. His number as well as number 56, Nathan Deathridge, junior, 6'2", 220 on the tackle. Bryce Burke checks in for Jackson Vandruff. Cashion staying with that 11 personnel as Nabavi's in the backfield with Harmon. We've got Gilbert and Manning out here close to us on the field side. Boundary is Lagasse. Gilkey will be matched up, and that'll be the matchup we've been watching all day on the offensive side for the Cashion Wildcats. Another give to Nabavi inside, staying patient, has a small hole, bowls over, and that'll be enough for a first down as Nick Nabavi gets 7. First down and 10.
Yeah, just another good run right there. Good job by the boys up front. Again, we talked about it all year long of them just giving him a little bit of a lane, and whenever he sees it, he is so good about just putting his head down, keeping those feet moving, and getting first downs.
All right, so Cashion Wildcats at the 28-yard line, first down and 10. Nabavi with a nice big 7-yard carry, 10:57 running clock. Wildcats ready to set here. We got 2 up top. Lagasse now aced out. He's got a couple in motion now. Keeper option left side. Harmon looking for something. Nowhere to go is Lasharo Wildcat in with the tackle. He's been a hard one to keep containment. Number 54, give credit to Noah Wilson on the tackle as well, and that'll be a no gain for the Wildcats as Harmon gets to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and you notice the couple big runs that Ben has had. Which side did they go to? They went away from Lacharo. That time, Wildcat, we tried to go at him, and you just see why he's such a good player, why he's a difference maker. He kind of got off the block, didn't let Ben get moving at all, and brought him down right there at the line of scrimmage.
Speaking of Ben, we've got Big Ben from the Bull here in Ponca joining us. It looks like we're going to get off. Can throw a flag, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Cashion Wildcats so close last week on getting those jumps. Finally get one today. And so that'll be a free mark off of 5, and the Wildcats say thank you as the basket line.
That was, we just talked about him, Lacharo Wildcat. The kid is so good. He's so amped up. Like I told you, if you're watching in between plays, just watch him. I mean, he's pacing back and forth, and it's just that energy that he has and that effort that he puts out that makes him who he is.
10:02 running clock, 2nd and 5 from the 33. Harmon empty backfield, trips up top. Looks like Nabavi will get the screen. He asks for it, catches it, makes a nice little move. Little extra effort there on the out of bounds. Gets a gain of about 2 on that completion for Harmon, and that'll bring up 3rd down and Mangel. About 3 here for the Wildcats right around the 35-yard line.
And it kind of looked like they were going to try to sneak Jackson back, or sneak Jackson back behind the secondary and pop, this kind of an extended pop play to the tight end there. It wasn't there, so they dropped it off to.
Maybe it's a setup, Chris. Maybe they're setting up for down the road. Maybe. Harmon empty backfield. He'll keep it. His runs to his left, trying to get a block. Pursuit is there. Cuts up. He's out of bounds. He may gain 1. Close. He does get 1, and that'll bring up 4th and about 2.
Yep.
Decision time here for Lynn Shackelford.
Well, let's see if he. If Shaq thinks that the line of scrimmage is ours yet or not, right here, if he tries to go for it and try to bull Nick Davavi over for 2 yards, we talked about it all year long. He's almost guaranteed 4 every time he touches the ball. But this is a different game.
It ain't happening.
Different stakes tonight.
I think they're going to try to pull them off sides. If they don't, it's a timeout. Oh, they're going to keep it. Harmon, it's got a lane, cuts up. Big 4th down conversion, number 2 for Ben Harmon. A little extra love there. Nice work. We'll have to watch as Lacharo Wildcat was pushed back 6 yards by my man Juicy Martinez. But it is a 1st down for the Cashion Wildcats at the 40-yard line.
Wow. We talked about giving it to Nick, but that's what we talked about, Nick being keyed on. They moved him out of the backfield, maybe thought that we were going to do that quick punt again. And, man, the boys up front just bowl over, let Ben get that big 1st down, 4th and 2 on our side of the football field, and we got it.
9:22, Nabavi inside give, stays patient, bowls forward, still on his feet. Another gain there of about 7 yards as Nabavi gets it close to about the 48, 49-yard line.
Yeah, depending on who marks the spot, the guy on the other side had him about 3 yards shorter. The guy on this side got it right. It's going to be about 3rd and 2 or 2nd and 2, and this is what I talked about earlier in the game. When you get a big 1st down gain of 8 yards, 6 yards, that opens up that playbook. Let's see if Coach Shackelford doesn't take a shot down the field right here to maybe Mason Manning or Landon Lagasse.
Lagasse is on the inside there. Looks like Manning up top as well. He will. He's going to go deep. Go route, Gilkey. Oh my God, it's one-hander! 10-5 touchdown, Cashion Wildcats! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Da-da-da, da-da-da! Big time yard, a 51-yard grab there by my man, Landon Lagasse over Gilkey. The speedster didn't have it as the long arm of the law. Landon Lagasse adds his 29th touchdown, state leading, and the Cashion Wildcats go up 12-3.
I told you, gonna take a shot. Playbook opens up right there with 2nd and short, and really the first kind of shot they've taken at Gilkey with Landon Lagasse, and Ben put it out there perfect. Gilkey kind of got lost in coverage, was still right there. Landon just put a hand out, grabbed it, went for the big touchdown for the Wildcats.
Hogan with the extra point. It's a high hanger. Get over, son. Does that one go through? It does, as the Cashion Wildcats get the extra point. But more importantly, the 51-yard strike. Landon Lagasse on the track star, the state champion, OSU commit, Mason Gilkey, and Lagasse puts his 29th on the year up.
Just watch him. He's got that press coverage right up there on Landon. He, kind of goes in his good coverage, but he loses track of where he is, and Landon Lagasse just makes a Wonderful catch, brings it in, and then trots into the end zone for the Cashion Wildcat touchdown to go up 13-3 over the Pawhuska Huskies.
You know, what I loved about Harmon's ball there is that he didn't throw it short. Last few deep balls he threw short, trying to receivers to come back to it. Gilbert had that one knocked down by Hurd. We had Hendren, and then we had that one pass interference call that wasn't called with Brown as the intended. This one he laid out to the back shoulder, the safe play against Gilkey, and it was Lagasse housing it. OBJ style. We don't even want to talk about OBJ, but one hand in it, and the Cashion Wildcats go up 13-3. 8:36 here in the second quarter. Appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV, Homer Television for the Wildcats. It's a good one. If you're joining us from the outside, you're not familiar, I'm Neiman Abavi, my man Chris Gibson doing our color. We appreciate you guys joining us. We had about 11,000 joining us last week. We averaged right around that, 100,000 on the year thus far this football season, and we appreciate you guys joining us here on an awesome Squirtle.com platform. Bryson Hogan off to kick. They've moved Gilkey over here. He's right around the 16-yard line. It was a knuckler last time. They're going to hit another low knuckler this time. Gilkey will get it this time clean on the 25. He'll cut back, looking for a lane. Somewhere to go. Jackson Vandruff in tote. Max Brown pushes him out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for the 4th possession for the Huskies here in the second quarter. 8:30 left.
You know, we talk about it all the time about Jackson Vandruff and how he gets down there and makes those coverage, or in coverage. You don't know how special that is for a defensive end to get down there and really make those plays. I watched Pawhuska playing Elmore City, a lot of film on them last week. They had 2 defensive ends that I promise you were not running down the field trying to cover a kick like Jackson Vandruff is. That's something that you can't take for granted because that's such a big thing to be able to kind of hem those big playmakers in like that and make tackles on special teams.
Drummond coming back. He's looking to go deep. Comeback route to Hurd. Nice catch there by Hurd. It'll be a nice gain. Excellent route by the senior Dalton Hurd, 6'2", 170. That'll be a gain of about 8. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, and I think right there I saw Mason Manning coming up and talking to Max Brown saying, hey, jump those routes. I got everything deep. Go and get that pick and take it to the house.
Inside give. Outside, it looks like it's a keeper by Drummond. Still on his feet. He'll be hit out of bounds. As it looks like Cooper Frazee, the sophomore, pushes him out. That'll be enough for a 1st down. And the Pawhuska Huskies bowing back up here with 8:20 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, right there. I mean, they got me. I mean, they've had some success getting it to Jack Long out on that edge, and that time he just kind of pulled it and got it enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, credit. I was looking for. It was actually Richardson that was in. I was looking for him as well. Looks like the Pawhuska Huskies again, fresh set of downs, 1st and 10, right around the 48-yard line, 2x2. Again, it's Richardson behind Drummond in that deep pistol motion is Gilkey. Let's see if they fake it. They don't. They swing back, double pass look here. In coverage is Gilbert. Looks like Cooper Frazee, and it's out of bounds. The intended receiver was number 1 senior A.J. Soliano, the senior 5'8", 170. Not a great pass. And great coverage as the Cashion defense was not fooled.
Well, and I think that's the defensive game plan is really just having those guys over the top. They weren't fooled. They were playing their assignment, and whenever Mason just pulled it up to throw it, he was just kind of throwing it up to give his guy a shot, and if he could bring it in, he was about the only one that could, or it was going to go out of bounds.
I like the play call. I have no problem with it. They had 2 receivers down there, Hurd as well as Soliano. So 2x2, 2nd and 10, 8:13, second quarter. Cashion rolling everyone back, 3-man rush coming in. Drummond's trying to keep it. He's got nowhere to go. Joey Wilson with the TFL sack.
There he is. I was waiting for him to come out and just show that passion and that energy that Joey Wilson's going to bring from the get and to the end of this game. They're going to have to deal with Jackson Vandruff and Joey Wilson bringing that energy off the edge.
I love it. So Coach Wood loves it as well. It brings up 3rd and long. It's a little bit past the sticks. We'll call it 3rd and 11. The scoreboard shows 3rd and 10 from the 48 of the Pawhuska side. 7:39 running clock. Big down here for the Cashion Wildcats. 2x2 for the Huskies. Drummond in shotgun. Back to pass, looking back across the middle, going deep. He's got Gilkey, he's got Soliano. Great coverage. Nice work there by the sophomore. Cooper Frazee all over number 1 senior A.J. Soliano, and it will be 4th and 10 for the Cashion defense.
Yeah, right there you saw Cooper just running step for step with the receiver and did a great job of getting his head around That way they could not call that pass interference and almost had an interception
Almost
there.
had it. In essence, right around the 20, I don't know if Soliano would have caught him. I think in this case I would have taken the interception. But we do have Deacon Hedren, sophomore, back for his third punt. We've got a swinging gate look here as Hendren will potentially look to punt. Let's see what happens as they do snap to Drummond. Drummond looking to go to Hurd up top. Broken. Actually, it's caught by Hurd. Great play. And Nabavi eventually with the tackle. Great play design. Cashion Wildcat defense was there as Manning goes up for the deflection. And it'll be first down and 10 inside the 20 for the Pawhuska Huskies.
Yeah, and that's a play right there that we talked about. Drummond's going to float some of those up there and give his guys a chance to go up and make a play. And that time, Hurd just went up and made a play. Mason Manning was going up to try to knock it down or intercept it, and Hurd just made a play on the ball.
Yeah, you talk
a
about
big
ball
fourth
hockey.
down play there for the Huskies.
First and 10 from the 16. Drummond, inside give to the running back. He has a big lane coming up. He's got a good run there on the left side, still on his feet, and he'll get into the end zone. That will be a touchdown as Tyrell Richardson shows no give up, breaks several tackles of the Cashion Wildcats, and the Pawhuska Huskies are able to convert on that big fourth down and punch it in on a 65-yard drive, ending with a 16-yard run for Tyrell Richardson.
Yeah, and it's almost like the defense, thought they had to stop. They didn't focus back in. And, man, right there, you just saw it, that right after that first play after that big fourth down, kind of caught them sleeping on the run game and then just didn't tackle.
Swinging
and let him get in the end
trying to look
zone.
for the pot pass. And is it caught? It is caught. So nice stop there by the Pawhuska Huskies as Drummond is the intended receiver. He's able to catch that. Add 2 on the board, and it's 13-11 as the Cashion Wildcats will be going out for kickoff.
Yeah, and this game isn't going to be that defensive battle that we saw last year. I mean, last year, both offenses moved the ball. Both offenses had over 250 yards of offense in that game last year. Just nobody could get in the end zone. I'm telling you, these defenses aren't anything as good as those defenses you saw last year, and there's going to be some scoring, and it's going to go back and forth. The Wildcats and the Huskies better buckle up. It's going to be a fun one, and it's going to be one of those things where who's going to keep their focus the longest, who's going to come out here, make adjustments, and make those big plays.
So with 6:53, the Cashion Wildcats have a chance to again, end the half here. I don't know if we'll have a 6-minute and 53-minute drive, but we'll have the ball here. We'll also have the ball at the start of the third quarter. So the Wildcats, hopefully with a positive drive here, can add another touchdown up, go up 9. And maybe get a hold. It was looking like Cashion Wildcats were going to get 3 straight punts out of the Pawhuska Huskies. Great draw up, and you're right. I mean, Manning was there, and just give credit to Dalton Hurd on the catch. He high points it, comes down, strong hands, is able to make the catch, and that was all she needed as the Huskies were able to get the handoff to Tyrell Richardson for the 23-yard run. 16-yard run, I apologize. So kicking off will be Cooper Kyler. Deep for the Cashion Wildcats will be, looks like Lagasse as well as Manning. Liner, looks like they'll go straight into the hands of Lagasse. He's going to keep it, curl back inside, and he'll go down right around the 20-yard line. Was that Lagasse or Gilbert?
It was Lagasse. It looked like they were going to try to just kind of fake that handoff there to Mason Manning going the other way, but nobody bought it. Was there to make the big tackle at the 20-yard line. Now, this Cashion Wildcat offense, come out and just keep doing what you're doing. You're moving the football. You're keeping the ball going. You're giving yourself a chance to kind of control the pace of the game. Just keep doing what you're doing on offense. Make those first down plays where you have options on second down, and the Cashion Wildcats should be able to keep moving the ball down the field.
Wildcats first and 10, looks like from the 20-yard line. Scoreboard needs to update that here in a second. We'll get that going. Hand off to Nick, right side. He's got a big hole. 25, 30. The Moose is loose. Part 2 to the 50. Gilkey trying to chase him down. 25, 20. Is he going to catch him? No, sir. Nick Nabavi, 80-yard run. Answer, Cashion.
That's an answer right there. Give the ball to Nick Nabavi, a kid that has just put this team on his back time after time all year long, and right there to take that 80 yards. Who's faster, Alex Nabavi or Nick Nabavi? I don't know. I don't care right now because that's a touchdown right there. And for a kid like Nick Nabavi to show that heart, effort, and hard work every single week to have that big run, wow.
Absolutely great job to the offensive line on that right side. Amazing lane opened up. Nabavi did all the extra, beating the entire Pawhuska defense. He'll catch his breath. He'll get the snap as Bryson Hogan with a very important extra point here, as we've seen already with field goals and 2-point conversions. Snap, hold. Kick is up. That's a beaut. That's what we like, Mr. Freeze. It's good. Wildcats 20. Huskies 11.
And right
6:34 second quarter.
I think I switched it over to the replay. I got a little excited there before the extra point. But here's that big run by Nick. Just got on that right side and had tons of room, and then cut back all the way across the field. And before Gilkey could get there, the kid is a speedster and almost caught him. But Nick was able to get across that line before a Pawhuska Husky could even touch him. Great job by the boys up front, blocking, and the run game. The Cashion Wildcats has been the difference, I think, in this game so far.
Absolutely. Ben Harmon there, and now Nick Nabavi. Wildcats are going to get kicked out. We do have my man Ben back here. Welcome. One of our great Ponca City Tonkawa friends with 104.7 The Bull. Is that correct? Yeah. Ben's been doing work with Prep Sports quite a bit. And we appreciate him. He's been a great friend of the Cashion Wildcats, and with his love for the with the Tonkawa Bucks, he's a friend of District A3. Ben, thanks for coming by and saying hi.
Yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here. I got here right at the end of the first quarter, so I saw first an amazing catch by Lagasse. That one hander, man, that was awesome. And then obviously that big run that we just saw. I think I'm on the record for saying Cashion wins by 17 tonight.
Whoa.
So
well, that happens. We need a few more. We need a few more. Hogan with a high onside kick. Looks like we have a timeout by Shackelford. I don't think I've ever seen a timeout on a kickoff, but we'll take it. I guess maybe they had the wrong call, but I think I would have actually liked to have seen where that ended up, because that was going to land in no man's land right around the 40. As Shackelford gets his team ready, he will use his second timeout. Wildcats have one left. You want to go to timeout real quick?
Yeah, we can go to a quick timeout.
We'll go to a commercial. Be right back here on Cashion Wildcats TV. Chicken wing eater. All right.
We're back.
Welcome back. All right. So, not sure what happened. Shackelford wanted to make sure and get this.
And I never went to commercial, so we just watched them in their timeout. But it's all good.
We didn't. Okay. Bryson Hogan back to kick, the senior. Absolutely love Mr. Freeze. We have a slew of folks here. Look for the kickoff here on the field sideline for the Cashion Wildcats. Hogan. Done a great job all year. Big boots. That's going to go over the head of Gilkey. Hit around the 10. It'll roll into the end zone. Nice. Who knew it? Nice kick there by Bryson Hogan. And the Huskies will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
Yeah, right there. They've had Gilkey kind of sneaking up all game long, trying to be able to get that ball, field that ball, and they've got it in his hands. That time he snuck up a little too far. He didn't realize that Mr. Freeze could boot it that far, and that time it got in the end zone for no return.
So clearly Shaq was like, hey, we have a long kickoff. You guys are looking like you're kicking short, so he got that correct. It'll be the 5th possession for the Pawhuska Huskies here, this time at the 20. They've started on their 33, 24, 36, 35, and then 20. This is their worst starting field position of the night. Second quarter, 6:34. Cashion Wildcats TV, Neiman and Chris. Handoff outside to Jake Long. He's got a lane, showing good speed, cuts back. Caught down by Bryce Burke. Cooper Frazee on the tackle as well, and that'll be a big first down for number 28, Jack Long.
Yeah, and they've had success all night long running that football right there with Jack Long on that edge. And you talk about answering. That was a big answer right there to get them get back rolling after the big run by Nick Nabavi. Let's see if the defense can't get that corrected.
Drummond with the keeper breaks the tackle. Long, showing nice moves as Aiden Williams was there initially, and then Joey Wilson. Drummond looks like he'll take the ball and fall right around, looks like the 44. A nice healthy gain of about 7. I'll bring up 2nd down and 3 right around the 44.
Yeah, and Coach Hennessy's going over there. Hey, I'm going to take a little play from your playbook and run my quarterback some. And right there, you see it. They're in that position where I was talking about, 2nd short.
Blitz on. Joey Wilson trying to hang on to McCleary. I apologize, Terrell Richardson. Richardson showing great work and a great burst. Nice hole there as the blitz was on, and Tyrell Richardson finds the right hole, and it's in Cashion territory right around the 44, first down and 10, 5:41.
Yeah, that's definitely a chance you take when you bring that blitz like you did right there. If they find the right hole to get through, it's going to be a big gain, and that's what happened on that time for the Wildcats.
Outside give now, keeper by Drummond. This time he does not get away. Aiden Williams pounding the floor, but nice work there by the senior defensive lineman, nose tackle. A short gain of about 2. As you're to your point, taking a page out of Shackelford's playbook. Does Drummond want to run the ball the whole night?
I mean, I haven't seen him really run the ball much all year long. I've seen a few people say that he has some speed and can get out there when he gets some lanes, but let's see if they want to keep that going.
Screen is on. Great call as Richardson gets to the outside. Cuts back inside. He's got a lane. Has a chance. Cashion Wildcats eventually bringing him down right around the 15. So great execution by the Huskies. We saw it happening. When you see linemen coming free, you got to say, uh-oh, does our linebacker have him? Nick Nabavi was in coverage, but it was a great toss, great blocking as Terrell Richardson, 23, the junior, 6'3", 215, gets it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
And we talk about execution. The Huskies executed that great. I mean, Nick was over there, but, man, when you got the big boys out in front like that with the convoy, it's hard to bring him down, and that was a big game for the Huskies.
So looks like Coach Wood is going to actually, yes, he will take his last time out. 4:34. Cashion Wildcats trying to hold, bend, don't break as the Huskies find it inside the red zone. Do you want to go to timeout? Or you want to leave it here, Chris?
Let's leave it here. I had Big Ben pull up the score of the Morrison and Ringling game, and it looked like it was still 0-0.
Wow.
I don't know where it was. Was it at halftime yet? I figure with that game, it could be a quick game if both teams are trying to control the clock and run the ball a lot. But I thought both of those teams might be able to get some points on the board early, especially Morrison maybe trying to surprise them a little bit. You saw Morrison last week. What do you think on that? Do you think they'll get a chance to score some points on Ringling's defense?
I mean, I really haven't seen much of Ringling. Obviously, just the one game against Wayne when Tonkwell was preparing for Wayne earlier in the year. But I thought Ringling would have a little bit of success throwing the football on Morrison just because, I mean, if our receivers hold on to the ball, I mean, our quarterback was on last week, so we had pretty good success if we could just complete the catch. So I'm shocked it's still 0-0, though, in the second quarter.
Yep.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 14. Shotgun. Long to the left. He'll get the inside give. Coming in, Jackson Vandruff. No gain or short gain there as Jackson Vandruff scrapes the line and falls on top of Jack Long, the senior 6'3", 215. And it'll be second down and about 8. 4:20 here, second quarter.
Yeah, and that time trying to run the ball just didn't work for them. That's what you got to see on that first down for the Cashion Wildcat, getting a stop there, making them throw the ball. But now you don't want to see them fake that run-pass option, right, where you have that run, fake, pull up. The defensive backs have got to lock down.
Come back to Hurd, inside screen tunnel. Great job by Gavin Phippen, lassoing Hurd. It'll be a short gain of maybe 1 or 2, and it'll be third down and long from the 11 or 12-yard line.
Yeah, right there. I told you they're going to try to get the ball in Hurd's hands as many ways as possible because he's such a quick, shifty kid.
Don't say that too fast.
Yeah, that was almost I needed a dump button. But the kid is so good at shifting around and getting into open space and making things happen. The defense right there came up and made a good tackle in open field and made them in a third and long situation.
3:19, second quarter.
They're going to try to go to the corner with Gilkey.
Let's see what happens. Long. Looks like they will. They're going to go up top. Gilbert, we got safety up the top. Did he catch it?
Yep, he caught it.
That was a great ball in double coverage as Gilkey goes up high. We had safeties coming over the top. We had Lagasse over there as well. And that'll be a 11-yard touchdown strike from Drummond to Gilkey as the Huskies put 6 on the board.
I mean, I saw it. He was split out there. I've seen it time and time again watching film with the Huskies. And, man, when you've got that room over there, you got a 6'4" kid that can really go up and get it. You wish you would have seen Landon kind of cheating over that way a little bit more before that pass went in the air. Just didn't get there in time to knock it down.
Hits the upright, still bounces in as Cooper Kyler gets the extra point, and it's Now back to a 2-point lead as the Cashion Wildcats up 20-18 here with 3 minutes left. If the Wildcats are able to get a good return and a good drive here, I'll take another 80-yard run. The Cashion Wildcats, again, still get the ball right after half.
Yeah, no doubt. And I told y'all before the Nick touchdown, there's going to be some points scored tonight, and it's just going to be, halftime's going to be a big factor in this game.
Yep.
Which coaching staff is going to go in, make those little bit of adjustments that's going to slow down some of these both of these offenses. Whoever makes the best adjustments on defense to really be able to slow somebody down, maybe the factor that wins this game.
Yep, I agree. So, again, Cooper Kyler kicking off to the Cashion Wildcats the fifth time. Or actually, I apologize, the third time. Third time. Get it right. Deep for the Wildcats is Manning as well as Lagasse, right around the 15-yard line. Up backs Nabibi, Cooper Frazee. Looks like Max Brown and Gilbert. Deep kicks last couple times here for the Pawhuska Huskies. Let's see if they go deep again. That's a banger. Man, it looks like Lagasse will catch right around the 5 to the 10. He's got a lane. He's got a chance. Kicks it out. Keeps his feet. He had a chance. I don't know. Somebody must have tripped him up, or maybe the turf monster, as Lagasse falls down right around the 20-yard line, where the Cashion Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 with 3:02 left.
Yeah, right there. I mean, Lannon's really good at finding those lanes on kickoff returns. He hadn't busted one this year, but man, there has been a couple times that he has seen lanes tonight, and just was about one tackle away from taking it to the house.
Wildcats 1st and 10, 3:02, second quarter. Harmon with the keep. He'll go to the outside, cuts back in, spin move, circle B. Looks like he'll get about 3 yards. It'll bring up second down and about 7.
Yeah, being there, I mean, all he was doing was just try to get positive yardage. They had it kind of sniffed out. They saw what we were doing, and Ben did a good job, like you said, with the little spin move to get 3 yards on that first down. Now, this is a big drive. If we can take some time off the clock here, get down there, score a touchdown right before half, get the ball back. You kind of touched on that earlier, but that would be a huge thing for the Cashion Wildcats to get in the end zone here before halftime and then have a chance to get the ball back right after half.
2nd and 7. Harmon back to pass. He's got the give and go. Rolling out. Don't take the sack, son. Throws it in the ground. Are they going to say fumble? No, they're going to say incomplete pass, and Harmon is down as he's hit hard right around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and that time, I mean, the rush got there quick. They've got some kids with motors, too, right up front. I don't know if Lashar Wildcat was in on that. I didn't really see him. Looks like he's got his hand kind of taped up there. I wonder if he no, it's just a white glove. Michael Jackson style looks like.
So they're going to try to talk to see if there was a receiver. Nababi was close, as well as Manning. They're going to say
no way.
They're going to say intentional grounding for the Wildcats. They're talking it over, or illegal shift. Actually, it's a legal shift. I'm not sure what happened.
So they're saying it was before the snap, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They're going to say that's a legal shift. And there is a flag on the out there on the sideline.
On the far sideline, yep.
Yeah, so it's going to stay second down as they mark it off. Actually, I think they're going to call. Are they going to?
They call
intentional grounding. That's behind the back.
It's got to be, because where they marked it off from was the spot.
It was not the.
Yeah, from the original line of scrimmage. If it was a legal motion or something like that, it would have been from the. That's not a 10-yard penalty.
No, it's not a 10-yard penalty in legal shift. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it would have been from the 32 or 31-yard line.
Yeah, it would have been back at the original line of scrimmage. So I think they're trying to figure this out here, because if it is intentional grounding,
it would be
loss of down. Yeah.
So I think they're gonna fix this because the signal was a legal shift, right? So they will move it back 2 yards, which is appropriate. So that'll be the 5-yard mark off. It'll be second down and about 13 for the Wildcats. So actually not a bad situation. It could have been really bad with the sack and or the intentional grounding. Harmon inside getting the Nabavi, cuts back. He's got a small lane, still moving, still on his feet, thrown forward. That'll be really close to a first down. Nice job by Nick Nabavi getting all the way down to about the 39-yard line. That's close to a first down. It is a first down, actually. So give Nabavi the first down run, and the clock still now actually stopping at 2:04. We'll run when they set it.
Change,
they do set it here. We'll have to watch as I believe Pawhuska has 3 timeouts left. It shows 2 on the scoreboard. I think they still have all 3. 1:55, Harmon in shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 39. Another give inside of Nabavi. Cuts underneath. Good job there by the Wildcats, or I'm sorry, the Husky defensive line. And it's a gain of about 2, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 8.
Yeah, you saw that linebacker just come in and get in the feet of Nick, and once you get his feet out from under him, he went down there, and that's the way you got to tackle Nick. You can't come up high because he will get you off of him and go for big yardage. Give credit to the Huskies there to get him down.
1:24 running clock. Harmon looking to his side. He's going to go to the middle man. He had Brown open. Decides to go out to Gilbert. Oh, goodness, Harmon. Max Brown was running wide open. I think he predetermined. And do you think that maybe Harmon's got some happy feet right now? It seems like he's really bailing out early on the passes.
After they were in his face and took him down pretty hard there on that the 2 plays before that, it may be the Cashion Wildcat offense, and Ben Harmon has seen some adversity, throughout, maybe the first game, really with somebody getting in his face, but really haven't seen much of anybody put a lot of pressure on. I think Tonkawa, they got to him a few times, and we've had some luck with him not having any big losses. But this Husky defense is going to be a tough one, and they're going to keep coming from the get all the way to the end of this game.
Absolutely. So Coach Shackelford not happy with the formation as the play clock was running down, has to burn his last time out. The scoreboard, which we love our Ponca folks. We love the scoreboard guy sitting right next to us. We're going to say hello to him. I don't know if he can hear us. He doesn't. But we've been trying to catch up. I noticed that the timeout situation was a little quirky, but it is Lynn Shackelford and the Cashion Wildcats last time out of the first half. 1:16 left here. The Huskies have 2 remaining with 1:16 again. Wildcats sitting at 3rd and long from the 41 on the Cashion side. Cashion on their first possession going 60, 70 yards for a touchdown. Punt on their second. They go 80 on their third drive. They go 80 on their fourth drive. Now on their 5th drive of the first half. Nabavi to the left of Harmon. Big play here. Harmon will keep. Will roll to his left. He's got a lane. Is brought down. Great job by Jack Long, making Harmon bounce it back inside. And that will be a timeout wisely as Coach Hennessy, with about 1:03, will call timeout. And it will be a Cashion 4th down with the punt.
Yeah, and we talked about it with the Woodland quarterback last week, running a lot and getting up slow by the end of that game.
Yep.
That's one thing that Ben Harmon is a great runner, a quick kid that can get down the field. But when you're taking really hard tackles throughout the game, it's going to wear on you. And Ben Harmon right there took another one pretty hard, was a little bit slow to get up, on the play where they got the penalty.
Yep.
And Ben, he's going to have to just shake that off, be ready, like you said, not get those happy feet, keep your poise, use that experience that you've had for 3 years back there in that pocket, and let that take over and be able to get the Cashion Wildcats down the field.
All right, so 4th and 6, 1:02. Huskies have 1 timeout left. Coach Hennessy is having a conversation with the side judge over there. I'm not sure what it's all about. Maybe wanted to add a couple more seconds to the play clock. Looks like, is he going to call another timeout? What's going on?
I don't think you can call 2 timeouts in a row.
Well, sure you can. Why not? They're saying they're trying to get
1:05.
time. 1:05. So Coach Hennessy's request is granted as 3 more seconds are added. 1:05 on the clock. Fake punt for Cashion?
Well, I mean, they've got Ben back there, and they've already done one of those little quick kicks. I wouldn't put past Shackelford, but if I'm him, I'm wanting them to back them up and don't let them really have a chance to score right here before half.
Hurd with the reception. He'll cut back outside. Nowhere to go. Nabavi's there, a little stiff arm. He gets the outside lane and out of bounds. So great return by Hurd. And the Huskies with 52 seconds in great starting field position, their best of the night at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, the Wildcats you can't sleep because, I mean, you think 52 seconds, that's not much time. Let's go to halftime. you better play to the buzzer ends with these boys because they're going to take shots down the field. They're probably going to – I'd come out if I was Coach Hennessy. I'd come out and try to run the ball, get maybe to the sideline. They've had some success and kind of surprise the Wildcats and then take a big shot.
Cashion showing 4 on the line. Drop everyone on the – looks like on the blitzer was Jackson Vandruff, the sophomore, number 8, Deacon Hedren with the catch. Gain of about 6, will go out of bounds wisely. Great smart headsy play there by the sophomore. Stops the clock, don't have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, and our coverage right here, they've got 3 stacked over there with the Gilkey over top. Man, it doesn't look lined up real good to me.
Screenplay inside, back to Hurd. No holding call as Joey Wilson basically has number 51, Blaine Schweden, on top of him. But it will get out of bounds. It'll be actually a loss on the play by Hurd, back to the 50-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down. And if you're the Huskies, you got to be careful now.
Give the ball back to Shaq.
Give the ball back to the Cashion Wildcats. So 43 seconds. We apologize. We don't have a clock on the screen, but we'll let you know. 42.9. 3rd and 5 from the 50. Trips up top. Motion is number 8, Deacon Hendren. Drummond. Pressure. Rolling there. It's like Nabavi coming in. Throw is out of bounds.
No way.
Great job there by Nick Nabavi on the pressure of Drummond. All he has to do is basically let it go. Intended receiver was number 2, Trayvon Richardson, 5'8", 145 sophomore. That'll bring up 4th and 5. And what do you do if you're Drummond? I mean, do you want to give Cashion the ball at the midfield?
I mean, they already went for one that had, a fake punt early on and got it, and that's what sprung them into the end zone early. And right here, I don't see them going punting it. I can see them trying to get the first down to get in the end zone before halftime.
I think they're going to try to get the offsides. Let's see what happens. He's going to go Drummond. He's going to keep it. It's going to go up the middle. Joey Wilson with the initial there. Gilbert with the tackle, and that will be a turnover of downs as the Cashion Wildcats stop the Pawhuska Huskies. 27.9 seconds. Drummond is stopped. He's crying for the forward progress, but the whistle was blown. Therefore, the Cashion Wildcats stop trying to tackle you, son. And it'll be the Cashion Wildcats with the ball and 30 seconds and a chance to put one on the board.
Yeah, right here. Let's see if we don't see some of those outs that we've seen Ben deliver strikes to Mason Manning and Landon Lagasse, just to get down there a little bit closer to where they can take a shot in the end zone.
So the Wildcats with their best field position of the night. 46-yard line on the Cashion side. Harmon empty set. Got Lagasse and Gilkey matched up. Safety over the top.
Nobody's on.
Help. Looks like we'll have a timeout, so Coach Hennessy will burn his last timeout.
They'd kind of moved the coverage over. Nobody was on Max Brown out there. Coach Hennessy saw that, called that timeout.
So do you want to go to timeout real quick? We'll go to timeout here on Cashion Wildcats TV. Cashion up 2018. We'll be right back.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
At Water Heater Man, we specialize in repairing and replacing all water heaters. We service the OKC Metro.
All right, welcome back. Cashion Wildcats TV production. Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson. We got my man Mark Parrott on the camera. We got Gage Beddick and Colton Niemeyer on the field. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Semifinals. Cashion Wildcats second quarter action up 20-18 with the ball here at the Cashion 46. 1st and 10. Motion is Manning. It's fake. Harmon, the comeback. Nice ball. Oh, goodness. Great route there by Lagasse. I think Harmon kind of sidestepped that, didn't step into it as he needed to. He's hit that pass numerous times this season, and the incompletion will bring up 2nd down and 10 with 24 seconds left.
Yeah, that was the exact play call that I was kind of calling for, was just that deep out that they've hit time and time again, that timing route, get them down there on the other side of the 50 where they could have a chance to just kind of throw one up and let somebody go make a play, and errant throw by being there. Let's see if we can maybe try to do that again or sneak one behind somebody.
Looks like no flag. We are going to have a flag. That's the appropriate call, as literally everybody moved except Joey Wilson's hand on the ball. So that'll be a mark-off with 22 seconds. That'll be 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 15. This one will march it back to the 41 for the Wildcats. And I'd almost, with no timeouts, would literally love for us to take a knee here. But
or just give the ball out there to, just an easy pitch and catch out to Mason Manning, see if he can make somebody miss and make a big play, get down the field.
No timeouts. Harmon back to pass. Middle, Legas wide open. Harmon steps up. He'll launch it up dangerously. And as a senior, Harmon's got to know better than with 12 seconds left to just launch that one out there. No need for it, son.
Well, I think you did see Landon Legas out there, but when you are wrapped up like that, just take it down, bring it down, be safe with the ball. Don't throw one up for somebody to take to the house or even give it back to him for a launch in the end zone.
I can't believe it.
And right there, if he would have went down, we could have taken it to the house for the halftime.
So Nabavi with the keep. He'll cut back inside to the 50, to the 45, still on his feet into territory. Looks like with 6.6 seconds left, right around the 39. That'll be a 1st down. Let's see if Harmon will take a spike. Looks like we will try to get it as actually, they're going to try to run a play here, I bet. I don't think there's going to be a spike. Snap, spike with 4.8. So Cashion Wildcats will have the ball at the 39. One play. So here you go. So nice run there by Nabavi. Gets it all the way into Pawhuska territory right around the 39. And we got a chance for a Hail Mary, I guess.
Yeah, just let Ben kind of step into a throw, try to get in the end zone. But it's going to be tough sledding to bring that down with 6'4" Mason Gilkey kind of playing center field back there. But give us a chance to go to the end zone. Just don't throw one up where they can run one back.
So we've got empty backfield for Harmon. Steps up, lets it go, gets hit, no call. Ball's in the air, tipped. He still has a chance to run it back as Hurd has it. Cashion coming back. Let's see if we'll get the tackle here. And eventually do as as Harmon is intercepted. And it's tackled right around the 39. And that'll be the end of the first half as the Cashion Wildcats lead the Pawhuska Huskies 20-18 here live from Ponca City, Oklahoma.
And surrounding towns with
that's,
fast, reliable service. We keep our vans fully stocked with essential
Oh,
parts needed for basic repairs, and new tanks are always on the vans ready to go. We offer free estimates on all jobs with financing options available. We match manufacturer's warranty for all newly replaced water heaters. We'll get your water heater back up and running as fast as possible so you don't have to put your life on hold waiting for service. Give us a call today, 405-844-TANK. That's 405-844-8265. Go Wildcats! Cashion Shape Up Fitness is locally owned and operated with no contracts or sign-up fees. Our rates start at only $30 per month, and we have tanning available. Everything you need to work on your health and fitness. So contact Amber Lee to sign up today. 405-538-8248. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Cashion Shape Up Fitness.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting the cord, and I started to fade into your grave.
Grain and Grange Market, the coolest little boutique you've never heard of. Come see us.
Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree is dedicated to championing our clients through complicated and challenging litigations. We pride ourselves on a proven track record of success brought forth by fierce litigation skills. The lawyers and staff of our firm are dedicated to effective and personalized representation for every client who entrusts our service. Uncompromising integrity, unparalleled results. Call Wiggins, Sewell, and Ogletree, 405-232-1211. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape is not your ordinary pool builder. From traditional to exotic and anything in between, our staff offers paramount quality and service through the entire design and build process. We provide service to the entire OKC metro and surrounding towns. So relax, knowing our team is wholeheartedly committed to building a trusting and lasting relationship with you. Visit us on Facebook or give us a call today at 405-285-9729. Absolute Pools, Lawns, and Landscape.
All right, we are back here in Ponca City. It's going to be a fun one. We got Lane here, little lessons with Lane here at halftime. And, man, it's been some fireworks.
You know, we expected this. This is kind of what happens whenever you play competition. And, you know, the first 2 or 3 playoff games, we kind of knew we were a lot better team than who we played. But with Pawhuska, you know, it's just whoever's going to catch the most breaks. Man, I wish we would have. I thought it was a backbreaker when Nick ran it to the house, and then they come back and chipped away.
Well, it was that fourth down,
right?
The
yeah,
fake
fourth
punt
down was everything.
And they got it, and it was just almost like our defense was already off the field, and they let them run one in there from about 20 yards out. But yeah, if you could have got that stop, not let them get that. First down with the fake punt, and you just had the big run, go down and score again. It's almost like a gut punch that you couldn't come back from. But they didn't. They made the play. The Hurd kid's good, and he's real good. Went up and made a play on that fourth down, and was able to spring his Huskies, give them a chance to get in the end zone.
You know, you get down there on the field, and them kids are big. I mean, Pawhuska's got 8 or 9 kids that are big, physical-looking kids, athletic-looking kids. So, you know, and their coach, I think like 3 years ago they won 1 or 2 games. They were terrible, maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
I think when these seniors were freshmen, they went 0-10.
Yeah, and he's just come in and immediately turned that program around. And that's what happens when you have that high school stuff. Your high school coach is everything to your teams, football, baseball, basketball. They can turn a program around pretty fast. So I don't know. It's going to be a pretty wild second half. I think if we can run the ball, and we are running the ball, we can run the ball like we have been doing, we're going to be okay. Man, they busted off several big runs there. I think that we'll kind of clean that up at halftime. I think the coaches will talk and get that all cleaned up. If that's the case, then we'll be okay.
Well, that's what I told Nima is halftime adjustments are going to be huge in this game because, those big runs, that kind of kept them alive a few times driving down the field. Other than that, they haven't had much other than the fake punt, you know. And if you can kind of clean that up as far as running the football and stopping that run from the Pawhuska Huskies, the Cashion Wildcats would be in business. Because if you force them into trying to make those deep plays down the field, they may make a few here or there, but if we know that's coming, you can tee off on the quarterback, have Mason Manning land on the gas back there deep to try to make plays in the secondary.
Right. You know, Pawhuska's team last year, they were so big up front. Big kid that went to UCO was an animal. And, you know, the coaches thought the kid from Pawhuska was better than the Aiden Kelly kid from Thomas. So, you know, that's kind of how much they thought of that kid. The Drummond kid, Bryce Drummond, that went to North Texas, and then his younger brother Todd Drummond, the quarterback now. Well, he can sling that ball around the field.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, from the first game of the season to now, he's gotten so much better if you go back and watch film. And it's just showed tonight where he's made some good throws, you know, on some of that stuff where it was timing and getting to the outside. Made some good throws. The throw in the corner for the touchdown was that was the only place on the field that kid was going to be able to go up and get it without Landon coming over and knocking it out. Landon was just a little bit late getting over there to be able to knock that out, but give credit to them and give credit to Bryce Drummond, or not Bryce, but Todd Drummond, to put it into place to give his kid a chance to go up and catch the ball.
If you had told me 2 years ago, whenever we lost 1,700 seniors with Ron Baker's bunch, and you would have told me, hey, we're going to be state champions the next year, and we're going to be playing the semifinals the year after that, I'd take that every time. So we are in pretty rare air here of playing with just only 4 teams left in the state tournament game.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are viewing this game tonight, but there's not just a ton of people in the stands. But I had some cattle out. No, I thought I had some cattle out today. Neighbor lady called me and said there's 50 head of cattle running down the road. I freak out, drive 150 miles an hour home, and I was really happy that they weren't my cattle, but. She was like, are you going to the game tonight? You going to the game tonight? I'm like, you watch these games? She's like, I watch every stinking game.
I love it. Hey, I had
Cindy Kleinsmith.
Nice.
Klingman.
Klingman.
Cindy Klingman. She watches every single game. Jake McKeever Sunday was giving me a hard time the way I was talking at halftime. And if you want to
don't know why.
If you want to see good photography, you need to go back to 1998, 1999, Jake McKeever, football uniform. He's got a cowboy collar on. He's a 5'8", 160-pound linebacker, and he looks mean, too. If you look at the pictures, he's got them steely eyes like he's going to hurt somebody. So
he was like the honey badger, right? Just
right.
Get all over you.
Right.
Yes. Jake McKeever.
This is – I talk all the time about small-town football, yada, yada, yada. I look down there on the field at about the 25-yard line. My 6th grade little idiot boy is down there jacking around at the 25-yard line. I call him on the phone, and I'm like, just calm down. You got to calm down and watch the game. Well, I guess I saw Vander stand over there by him, so I'm sure he gathered all them kids around and was like, I'm getting ready to punch you kids in the face if you don't sit down and shut up. And all, did you see them down there? All there's 5 or 6 of them sitting down there in a row.
And Grayson, yeah. Well, let's look at some of the stats here.
It's pretty even. As far as total yards, we've got 278 to their 243. It's just going to be that way, I think, throughout. Ben Harmon's 4 of 10 for 57 yards. The coaches kind of thought that if we could run the ball, we'd be okay. And we've run the ball fairly effective. 11 carries for Nick for 148, which 80 of it was that one
sprint to the touchdown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ben Harmon's got 9 carries for 75 yards. Nick Nabavi got the ball thrown to him 2 times, landing the gas, 1 catch for 51 yards. Did you get to see it?
One-handed. Oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Mason Gilkey just kind of lost it in the air, just kind of turned around, didn't know where the ball was in the air, and Landon just stuck his paw out there, and it stuck to it. And because I thought, it's going to be a little bit over his head, and whenever he put that paw up there and it just stuck, I was like, that's touchdown right there.
Nate the Great Lee caught that ball in the end zone at Crescent. Greatest catch of all time ever. Peyton Maroney, we played Tallahena up around Tulsa area. He caught a one-headed pass in the end zone for a touchdown. Semifinals are like greatest catch ever. That catch tonight, the greatest catch of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just
it was unbelievable.
Put his hand up there and bring that in over a kid that's going to OSU,
right?
And a kid that is. I mean, and it's well warranted. I mean, the kid's 6'4" and can go up and get it. You saw the touchdown that he scored earlier in the game.
I mean, that Gilkey kid is not great big. I mean, his hips looked about.
Yeah.
He was little bitty.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe why they're going to get him in January up there at OSU and try to get some weight on him.
He looks like he could be broken in half.
Yeah, but the kid can absolutely fly because, I mean, I think Nick had about 30 yards on him, and man, the kid just almost caught him. That was what Neiman was saying, was like, is he going to catch him? And but luckily Nick had the speed to get in the end zone. But that just shows you the speed that the Gilkey kid has. And what do you say? I mean, if you can't catch him, can't tackle him,
Right.
kind of thing. And that's kind of where he's at.
Our defense is not near as good as we were last year. Is our offense as good? Is our offense better this year than it was last year?
That's exactly what I told Nima before the game. Whenever he asked me what my score was going to be, I said, last year's defense is the only thing better than our offense and Pawhuska's offense last year were our two defenses.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I don't think that's the case. I think both defenses are not near at that level.
Right.
Both offenses are pretty close.
Right.
And that's why we've seen the scoring that we have in this game.
How about the names for Pawhuska? They had a Maddox Standing Bear, Lashara Wildcat.
Yep.
That Lashara Wildcat is a bad
Yeah, the
man.
dude is good. He's got a motor that don't stop, and
Devin Big Horse, man,
Yeah.
there's some great names. I don't know. We're just going to have to run the ball this second half. If we can do that, that was what was so critical about that first half. If we could have went in the halftime 20-11, get the ball second half, go score, Pawhuska's in some big trouble. But now Pawhuska's still in it.
It's pretty much tie ball game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a start over for sure.
Yep. So coming out in this second half, that first drive is going to be huge. Being able to come out and establish that we can still run the ball. And the thing is, in that first half, one of the biggest things for running the ball for us was they were keying on Nick Nabavi. Ben was able to pull it down, and that first drive we had to get the big 40-yard touchdown. But if they start did start before the second half or the first half was even over, kind of having somebody mirror Ben.
Right.
But with that, you saw the big runs by Nick Nabavi. So that's going to be what I want to see coming out in this second half, is being able to still run on first down, getting that 6 to 8 yards on first down, running the football, and then that kind of opens up the bigger plays down the field for you.
Yeah, right on.
So
well, I don't see where my kid's at, so I'm hopefully Kyle Vander's got him.
They're out there playing, man. It's a serious game out there about the 20-yard line.
Okay.
So.
Still, I guess so.
Well, let's go ahead and go to break real quick. Looks like we have about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left.
What's the score going to be?
What's that? What's the score going to be? Let's see.
It's 20-18 half.
34-24.
Okay.
34-25.
Okay. I like that.
What do you think?
I could agree with that. That sounds.
I think the defenses are going to make those adjustments, come out, and the offenses aren't going to go up and down the field like they did in the first half. I mean, you already saw it kind of slow down a little bit, and the defenses did play better as the half went on. So let's see what happens.
You talk to them. I've got some friends at Pawhuska, and they said last year that we slipped up on them. We didn't slip up on them. They screwed that game up, but we were every bit as good as them and probably better. They're thinking the same thing this year. All the people I've talked to from Pawhuska, they're like, we've been waiting for a whole year for this, and we're better than you guys. And so we're going to see.
We got a half of football to find out, and it's going to be good. Yep. So, all right, Lane, thanks for coming up. We'll jump over to commercial real quick, and then we will be back for the little lead into the second half, and then some championship football.
I'm smoking a cigar if we win.
If we win,
press box.
You are
smoking cigar.
I love it. All right, stay here. We'll be back here in a few.
Storm season is coming, people, and your first choice for roofing needs should be Rhino Roofing. Locally owned and operated, the Rhino specializes in all types of repair and replacement. Large scale, traditional, modern, unique roof lines, they can do it all. Protect your home and your family with the specialized services of Rhino Roofing. Visit our Facebook page today and make an appointment. Rhino Roofing is all the hype for any roof type.
Gateway Realty is a mother-daughter team that has a heart for small-town life. Both Anita and Kelly were born and raised in Cashion and are still raising their families here. Their family homesteaded in Cashion in 1908, and it's been home ever since. Anita and Kelly know this town, love this town, and would love to help make this your home too. For a friendly face and trustworthy knowledge, call these hometown girls at 405-641-7388. Go Wildcats!
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Can you hear me?
For 31 years.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcats TV, live from Ponca City High School. It is the Cashion High School playoff game of the night. We got one semifinals. The Cashion Wildcats ranked number 1 in Class A, 12-1, taking on the Pawhuska Huskies, 11-2, led by Coach Hennessy. Up to 20-18 here. We got about 2 minutes left here in the first half, or the halftime as we start the third quarter. Cashion Wildcats will be getting the ball. But we had Lessons with Lane with Chris and Lade Broadbent. Broke down the first half and some thoughts of country living in Cal, so we always appreciate that. Joining us up here in the beautiful press box in Ponca City High School football stadium is my man Nick Sardis. He's one of the leads for the Oklahoman along with Cam Jordan. We've had Cam in the box, so welcome to the box with us tonight, Nick.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I know that we've talked. Chris and I follow you all season long. You do a great job with James Jackson and Cam Jordan. What's it like working for the Oklahoman and following OK Prep Sports?
Oh, it's a blast. I mean, especially when you get to cover schools like Cashion. I mean, we got so much support. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Definitely.
I love it. And what's really nice about the Oklahoman is that you guys provide full state coverage. It's not just like the Oklahoma City market. It's not like the Tulsa World with just the Tulsa market. You guys really go all over the state. You try to work. You try to be experts, and that's one of the things that why we kind of lean on you as kind of our resources when it comes to high school sports. Are you guys literally working every single day of the week in terms of covering sports now that we have basketball going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hectic, especially at this time of the year when you got the sports intersecting with each other with the winter sports and the fall sports. But, you know, it's like I said before, it's a blast, and we really enjoy doing it.
All right, very good, very good. So there's 3 of you guys working, right? Is that correct? You,
yes.
Cam, and James. Of the 3, who probably is the best at picking games?
Well, Cameron actually he picks.
Okay,
he does all that.
Okay.
That's
those numbers
job.
are his numbers in the paper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's about 84% on the year. I think he's doing pretty good.
He's doing extremely well. Yeah.
Well, he had Cashion winning this game tonight. It was somewhat of a higher scoring affair, and he's kind of on track with that. We got about a couple minutes left here. What stood out to you in the first half in this game?
Just how much different this game is than last year. I mean, it was 7-6 last year. Cashion didn't score until like 3 minutes left or something like that. So, I mean, this is a shootout, and I think this is what we expected last year.
Right.
So,
well, to that point, 21 total first downs between both teams, 278 for Cashion, 243 total yards, almost even Steven in terms of rushing yards. That's how both teams are actually. Well, 132 for Pawhuska. They're a little bit more balanced with 111 on the ground. Cashion with 221 on the ground. Was that something that you expected tonight?
Not quite what I expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit more pass heavy, but Nick DeBavy had a great 80-yard run, and Ben Harmon with a 40-yard touchdown run. So just those two guys really leading the way, it's been impressive, definitely.
All right, so your thoughts on the second half? Who wins this thing, and how does it get done? We won't hold you to it. It's all right. And I know you're on the Cashion side, so it's all right if you want to pick Pawhuska. But just, maybe just your thoughts in the second half.
I'll go with Cashion. I just feel like overall they have the better team, and I think the defense is going to step up a little bit here in the second half and kind of turn things around. So
all right.
That's what I think.
All right, we'll take it. We'll like it. So it'll be a third year in a row for the Cashion Wildcats in Edmond for a state title. The Ringling-Morrison game, I don't know, is it still 0-0 at halftime? That's a crazy score. All right, so we've got about a minute left here, so thanks for joining us, Nick.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you. One of our great partners at the Oklahoman, and always taking care of the Cashion peeps here. So we'll go a quick time out, be right back, and we'll have third quarter action here live from Ponca City.
Counting, Community State Bank has taken great pride in being your hometown bank. With branches located in Cashion, Dover, and Hennessy, CSB strives to reflect the small-town hospitality these communities are known for. Our friendly staff is here to serve you and provide one of the best banking experiences around, equipping our customers with the latest in banking technology combined with a personal, down-home relationship. Come into one of our local branches or visit us at www.mycsb.com. Community State Bank, small-town banking, the way it should be. Member FDIC. Christy Perry is a Cashion-based attorney providing clients in Oklahoma with trusted, experienced legal counsel regarding wills and trusts, bankruptcy, and other areas of law. Flexible scheduling is available to discuss your options, and your first consultation is free. If you need assistance regarding a legal matter, call your local Oklahoma licensed attorney, Christy Perry, at 918-373-0882.
All right, welcome back to Cashion Wildcats TV. Second half action about to start here. Third quarters, the Cashion Wildcats are up 20-18 here. Semifinals. Neiman Abavi, Chris Gibson, bringing you the action tonight. Appreciate you joining us here on the Squirtle.tv, Squirtle.com platform here on Cashion Wildcats TV, Homer Television for the Cashion Wildcats. It was a great first half, exciting. You had the breakdown with Chris and Lane as well as Nick Sardis from the Oklahoman. Kicking off for the Pawhuska Huskies, moving from right to left, east to west is our man Cooper Kyler. Back deep for the Wildcats is Mason Manning, senior, as well as senior Landon Lagasse. Deep kick. That's going to head to the end zone, and that'll roll out. Will be Cashion Wildcats, 1st and 10 from the 20. Chris, you got a deep breath? You got your water? You ready to go?
Heck yeah. This is what it's all about right here. Cashion Wildcats come out here with a 2-point lead, and you got a half of football to go to the championship. Come out here, be focused, play your game, and just go win the ball game. I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, we've kind of been able to run that ball, and that was the one of the keys to the game that Coach Shackelford, I think, wanted to be able to do, and he's been able to do that. Now, let's go out here and execute in this second half. Ben was a little bit rattled, it seemed like, at the very end of that half. Let's see if he got his feet back from underneath him and doesn't deliver in the second half.
Now, Bobby with the give underneath. Bumbling, stumbling, moving forward. Looks like it will be a gain of about 4. Bring up second down and 6. Want a big shout out to, now it's a birthday, Bray Hudson. Happy birthday, 7th birthday. We don't normally do birthday shout outs, but sometimes if you ask,
there it is. Semi-final birthday shout out right there.
Very good. So it is a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Running clock, 11:39. Third quarter action. Here's the Cashion Wildcats again, starting on their own 20. We've got, looks like Bryce Burke in tight end set. Actually, that's Nabavi in there in the tight end set. Motion is Brown. Fumble. Harmon picks it up. He's got to get out of there. Sniffs under, and he's very fortunate. Richardson and I think another lineman come in and bang heads, but that is a huge loss and unfortunate for the Cashion. Did that hit him in the hands?
Yeah, it hit him right in the hands, and right there, I don't know what they had planned for that play right there, but Nick Nabavi was on the sideline. Looked like they had brought in a little bit of a heavy set to where they could pull those two guys like they did and spring Ben for the big run in the first half, and just slipped through his hands and had the big loss.
3rd and 16, screening Nabavi. It's way over his head. He had number 54. Linebacker Noah Wilson in pursuit would have had a chance to get a big pickup, and that falls incomplete. And if Coach Hennessy wanted something perfect, this is about as close as it gets, where Cashion Wildcats are deep, big loss on 2nd down, and will be punting, going out 3 and out, and will be kicking to the very dangerous number 4, senior Dalton Hurd.
Yeah, being this far in our ends or side of the football field, I would definitely try to kick away from him just so he doesn't have a chance to get rolling. And we're going to kick right to him.
So he's going to catch right at the 44. He's got a big lane. Jackson Vandruff there. He cuts back outside all the way down to the 20-yard or 25-yard line. And Dalton Hurd's done a great job of basically giving a move to the inside and then making you stop and then just basically bounces out. He's done it 3 times in a row. At some point, Jackson Vandruff's been fantastic on special teams all year. I know he'll get that one righted and just make sure to carry through on the tackle on Hurd.
Yeah, the kid's quick enough whenever he can make that move to the inside, get you going one way. He's going to get you. He's going to get to that outside and get big yardage, and that time got all the way down to the Cashion Wildcat 25-yard line, 24-yard line.
So definitely the best start fielding position for the Pawhuska Huskies on the Cashion 24. Couldn't ask for a better scenario. Inside give. Actually, the keeper by Drummond. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to be met by a few Cashion Wildcats. He gets about 3-4 yards on that. They're going to mark it right around the 20, so it'll be a gain of 4. So nice keeper by Drummond, and he's holding steady. Cashion's daring him to keep the ball, and Coach Hennessy's continuing to ride his quarterback. Second, they actually will give him 5 on that, so 2nd and 5 from the 20. Inside give, backside Jackson Vandruff. No, sir, as Tyrell Richardson chased down by the beast, Jackson Vandruff.
And we haven't seen Mason Manning come up and be in the backfield much this game. We've seen him kind of move all over the place this year, and that time they brought him on a little bit of a stunt and was able to get back there and help out Jackson Vandruff on that run play.
So 3rd and 5 from the 20, 9:37, 9:36 here, third quarter. Back to pass is Drummond. Pressure's on, no hold call. Joey Wilson dumps it on. Browns on the coverage on Hurd. Great open field tackle. Is that Mason Manning or Legas? That's Manning.
That's Manning.
So yep. Mason Manning with a great open field tackle on Hurd. That'll be a gain of about a couple.
They're going to bring in the kicker.
Are we going to have a field goal here?
Yep, they're going to kick a field goal right here.
I don't believe it.
I mean, I'm telling you, the kid was knocking them through from the 30 consistently during the break there and before the game. So I wouldn't put it past them, and you better come, but always be prepared.
Cooper Kyler from the 24. It'll be a 24-yard field goal, actually a 34-yard field goal. Kick is up. It's got the leg. Does it have the distance and the angle? It does. It's good. So Cooper Kyler could have hit that one from 50. Where did that kid come from?
I'm telling you, they had him last year. They have another kid, I think A.J. Soliano, the number 1 kid. I think he could boot it too. They just thought they were going to be able to get in the end zone again in that game last year and didn't do it. And like I said, and to Drew's point in the interview he had with Matt Hennessy, was they learned from that. They're going to have a kid that can kick the field goal. And they got one right there, went back up by 1.
So the field goal's good. A 34-yard field goal by senior Cooper Kyler. And it had the leg. It had the distance. Cooper Kyler actually kicked it out of the end zone on the last kickoff. So the Huskies up now 21-20, basically taking the lead. Their first lead was on that opening drive. In essence, a gift on this last particular possession where the Cashion Wildcats lose yardage, had a 4th and 16, end up giving up a huge punt down to the 24-yard line. The Cashion Wildcats basically hold, but the field goal is good. We do have deep return on as Manning is on the short side, Legas on the far side, right around the 10. It's a big boot, and that one will go into the end zone. And that's a difference maker on special teams. We talk about that third phase of football, and right now the Pawhuska Huskies are winning in all facets on the special team side of the game.
Well, I mean, in the first series there, it's always a big series when you come out of the halftime and see how the game is going to which way the momentum's going to shift coming out of that halftime locker room. And when that ball went through Ben Harmon's hands on that second play of the game, or second play of the half, that momentum swung towards Pawhuska. Give credit to our defense. Didn't let them get in the end zone, but they did get on the board.
Now Bobby with the keep. He comes in. He's met Media at the line. Great job there by number 58. Give credit to Devin Bighorse, a junior, 6'1", 220, had numerous Pawhuska Huskies across the line as they sent the house, expecting run, and it's 2nd and long for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and right there, we talked about adjustments. Nick just had nothing going there. Had nothing nothing to see. No, usually he's going to find something to get at least back to the line of scrimmage. That time, give him credit to the Huskies. They had everything locked down.
Should be offsides. It will be. So Cashion will get the free 5 here. Coach Hennessy, I know he's probably pretty upset about that. So it'll be a 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. So nice work there by the Cashion Wildcat offense. 8:01 here in the third quarter. Cashion taking the opening kick and going backwards. Unwisely kicking straight to Herb, the dangerous athlete, runs it all the way down to the 25-yard line and essentially kicking a 34-yard field goal. It allows the Huskies to take the lead. 2nd and 6 from the 24. 17 on the play clock. Plenty of time here as the Wildcats are in 2-by-2. This will be another give to Nabavi. He'll cut back, breaks the first tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Is not able to get past number 71, Lasharo Wildcat. Maybe gets 1, and he'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and the guys up front just aren't opening those lanes up for Nick. They're going to keep running the ball. Coach Shackelford's going to keep trying to run that ball here. 3rd and about 5. Might see another chance at one of those screens, but one of those 5-10 yard out timing plays that Ben and Mason and Landon have hit all year long. That's what we need to see.
Manning in motion. Harmon with the keeper has got a small lane, falls forward. It will be enough for the first down. So great job by Ben Harmon on a tough run to the right side, showing those legs. Is it going to be short?
Wow. I thought he got to the 30.
He sure did. Looked like he sure did get to the 30. So it's going to be a 4th and 1. Cashion Wildcats, I'm guessing, going for this will be a big down. And I mean, we've talked. It's been a broken record from us in this game. As Nabavi will check back in. Let's see who'll get the carry here. Is it Nabavi or Harmon? Looks like Harmon will be in the backfield by himself. He'll snap. He'll keep it. He'll cut back up, and he does get the 30. That'll be enough for the first down. Another 4th down conversion for the Wildcats. 6:46 there on the clock as the Cashion Wildcats get their first down of the second half. Jackson Vandriff will check out, and will be Seth Gilbert coming in, the junior.
And really, if you look at how the Huskies have played defensively against the Wildcats, they're kind of saying, let's stop the run, or let's let them try to maybe run and really stop the pass, and they haven't had a chance to really throw anything open, nothing open really, besides the big touchdown, and he was really covered early there in that first half.
Nabavi with the keeper, he gets to about the 30, almost the 35-yard line. He'll bring up 2nd down, and I guess we'll give him 6 on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line. 6:03 running clock, third quarter.
Mitchell, you're watching out in Amarillo, said the scoreboard hadn't been updated. We'll get that updated for him and show it. It's 21-20.
Harmon with the keep. He's going to roll out to his right. He's actually going to roll out. Had a chance with the play with the pass.
That'd be enough for a first down.
And that will be enough for the first down. So Ben Harmon, literally, I love those kids' legs, man. And he gets the Cashion Wildcats another first down right around the, it looks like, is that right around the 44-yard line. So nice work there by Ben. It looked like it was a pass first option to Legas. And we'll work on that scoreboard for you. Appreciate you. I'm not sure. Does it need to be third quarter? Is that what needs to be updated?
And it's 21-20.
Okay. All right. We'll get it going. Thank you. So 1st and 10 from the 43, 5:46. Harmon with another keeper weaving and moving. Still on his feet. That'll be enough for another first down. So Ben Harmon back to back, making things happening with his feet. And the Cashion Wildcats are in Pawhuska territory.
Yeah, that time just Ben taking it right up the middle, found the little seam, and that's what I talked about. Shackelford is going to keep trying to establish that line of scrimmage. They've had such success in the first half, and that's going to be something you're going to have to win this game.
1st and 10 from the 46, 5:23. High snap. Nabavi will get it. He'll protect the ball. He's going to try to bounce outside. He's got no chance. Lasharo Wildcat, number 28, Jake Long. That particular play took way too much time to develop, and the Pawhuska Huskies had that one sniffed out. So a negative gain on that, loss of 2 for Nabavi, and it'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Wildcats.
I saw Critter over here, one of the defensive series in that first half, just stretching his leg out, and he's been kind of getting up slow every play. I don't know if something maybe happened or had a cramp, and that's one of the big guys up front that really blows open holes. If he's not 100%, that could be part of the problem. But he's a tough kid that's going to give his all the whole time.
Manning jet sweep, gets a block inside, turns it up, still on his feet, still pushing forward. Nice gain there by Mason. Manning, a little help from his buddies. Looks like he's going to get it right around the 38, 39 yard line. I'll mark it off at the 38, a gain of about 7. I apologize. And I'll bring up third and manageable right around the 41. Looks like third and about 6.
Yeah, and that's something that I think we'll see a little bit more in this second half of getting Mason Manning the ball in some space, letting him try to make some plays because he's one of the playmakers. Landon Lagasse is one of the playmakers, and one of them is going to have another big play in the second half to be able to get in the end zone. That's a first down.
There's a 3-5 right there as Tyrell Richardson jobs offside. So, again, a very aggressive defense. Give credit. They hold their opponents to about 13 points on the season. And that will move it very close. Actually, it will be enough for a first down as Cashion actually had 3rd and 5. So a free 5 will give a first down. Cashion Wildcats will take it. Lynn Shackelford will start over. 1st and 10 here from the Pawhuska 36. Cashion Wildcat fans enjoying that one.
Yeah, that different snaps count is going to be a big thing to slow down that defense, and this worked twice today already in this first half.
Nabavi jumps forward, gets about 5 on that one, so solid play on first down for Nabavi. Gets a little help from Juicy and sophomore Tommy Branson. So 2nd and 5, 3:39 here, third quarter, clock running, lots of running. It's been a quick third quarter thus far. Lynn Shackelford will get the call. Cashion will stay in there. Looks like they're 11 personnel as Jackson Vandruff is at tight end. Actually, 12 personnel as Bryce Burke is in. We've got Lagasse up top by himself, aced up. We've got Manning down below, Hurd on him, Gilkey on Lagasse. Those are the matchups of the night right now. Nabavi with another give. Weaves, moves, still on his feet. A lot of extracurricular activity, no call. Nabavi will gain about 3 or 4, and he'll bring up 3rd and short for the Wildcats. Again, 2:57, third quarter.
And that time there wasn't really a lane, but the offensive line kind of drove them off that for that 3 yards, and Nick's such a good, strong runner, keeps those legs moving, and got really close to that first down.
So about 3rd and, we'll say a long 2 here for the Wildcats. See if Harmon keeps it. So they're trying to get him off sides again. Nabavi with the keep, cuts back inside. He'll have the first down. And the Cashion Wildcats get another first down on this drive that started on their own 20. Clock stops with the first down, and the chains move as the Cashion Wildcats 1st and 10 with the Nabavi run all the way down to the 23 of Pawhuska.
Yeah, and this is one of those offenses that we've seen other people try against Cashion of just controlling the clock, running the ball, and just having long, sustained drives. And Cashion Wildcats can do that too. And they're showing you right here that, we may not have to pass it every single time. We can drive down the field running the ball, but know what that does? That opens up big pass plays down the field later in the game.
Motion is Lagasse. Keeper Harmon. He'll go to the right side. Cuts up. Jumps over. Great run. Great vision by Ben Harmon, the senior. Saw the lane. Was patient. Hit the foot on the accelerator and gets it all the way down to 15 where it'll be 2nd down. And here's what you're talking about. Here's that opportunity with 2nd and short. Maybe to take a shot in the end zone.
Yeah, 2nd short. Playbook's wide open. Let's see if they don't try something here. You see them keep motioning Mason Manning to kind of get that defense leaning one way. Well, they've done it enough times where they fake that. Let's see if they don't give it to Mason, let him get on the edge at some point and have a big play.
Huska showing blitz. Nabavi with the lane cuts back over. He will have enough for the first down.
Yep.
So he'll fall forward. Great tackle there.
No, they're going to climb short. They're going to climb at the about 14-yard line, looks like.
So give credit to number 54, Noah Nelson. Well, that's unfortunate as it's going to be 4th and short. They didn't give him anything. I apologize. 3rd and 1. My apologies. Harmon in shotgun. That's another give to Nabavi. He'll definitely bull forward on that one. And that'll be enough for a first down as Nabavi falls over the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Actually, 1st and goal for the Cashion Wildcats right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and at some point, the Huskies are going to have to try to bring an extra player in to stop that, just being able to run right down the field.
Short field now, right?
Yeah,
They're within the 10-yard
short
line.
field, so they can maybe bring that safety up to help that run game. But the Cashion Wildcats, I mean, just keep getting those 3-4 yards every carry, and then maybe pull one out and try to get one over the top in the corner of the end zone.
41 seconds running clock here in the third quarter. Cashion Wildcats first and goal. Manning steps up. We've got Lagasse in motion now. Snap. Keeper Harmon. He's going to go right side. If he has a chance to cut back in, he does. To the 5. To the corner. Touchdown, Cashion Wildcats. Ben Harmon, 10-yard scamper. Wildcats back up on the lead.
Right there. The boys pulling around the edge right there. Bryce Burke, Jackson Vandriff just giving Ben Harmon an opportunity to get in the end zone, and Ben with those legs making people miss and just willing his way into the end zone for the Cashion Wildcat touchdown.
So the Cashion Wildcats down 1 will elect to go for 2 here, which is the wise choice to tie it up.
No, they're not down 1. They're up.
I mean up 5.
But they go for 2 here to get up by 7.
They were down 1. That's my apologies to get a full 7. You guys know what I'm talking about.
We know, Nima.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm 49 years old, 5 kids. I'm lucky to be here. All right, 25 seconds with on the clock with the score. Cashion going for 2. Lagasse in motion. We've got trips left. Harmon will go back to his right. Same play. He's got the corner. Cuts back in. Touch in. 2-point conversion is good. Wildcats up 28-21.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, the same exact play. Like you said, have those kids get out there, put some bodies on some guys, and then let Ben just do his thing and get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion to put them up by 7, and that's a big thing.
So Cashion going 80 yards literally in 8 minutes, used up the entire third quarter clock.
Yes, and that's a big thing too. The Pawhuska offense was doing a good job getting down the field, and then just to take it out of their hands and just take the whole third quarter pretty much away from them. That's a thing that if you can get the ball back in the fourth quarter and do that same thing, that could be a game winner for the Cashion Wildcats.
So the Wildcats out to kick off, again moving from west to east, left to right. Bryson Hogan, senior, kicking off. Mr. Freeze, I know he's ready for basketball season to start.
Not just yet.
Not just. I know. I said he's just waiting. He's a 3-point special. I know he's having a good time. He's enjoying this run. So deep for the Huskies. We've got Gilkey at the 20. We've got number 44, JoJo Hendren. I'm guessing the brother of Deacon Hendren. Knuckler ball is going to hit at the 30, bounce, roll, past Gilkey. It's going to go out of bounds right around the 21. That was close as Max Brown and Gavin Phippen were in pursuit. Almost had a chance to get that one to stop. I don't know what Coach Shackelford's talking to them about, but it looks like with the penalty, the Huskies will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
I dialed up the replay here for that touchdown. If you see it, just watch. You have Bryce Burke on this side, and then you have some kids pulling out here and just getting in the way of these. That's Preston Carter, looks like, getting in the way and just letting Ben get in the end zone there for the touchdown.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Huskies. 25 seconds here in the third
quarter. Let's go defense. Defense got to step up right here. They were able to move the ball pretty good in that first drive. Now the defense got to step up.
Drummond going deep, letting it go. Gilkey and cover out deep. We got max coverage.
Oh my God!
Goodness gracious!
You've got to go up and knock that ball down or pick it off. Landon Lagasse was in perfect position to go up and either knock that ball down or get an interception. And Mason Gilkey, he's that good. I mean, he's going to go up, and if you don't knock it down, he's going to reel it in for a big play for the Pawhuska Huskies.
Gilkey is saving Drummond's business here. That was literally a Hail Mary that should have been.
But he's done it all year long, and that's what their offense is.
Well, you've got a guy like Gilkey, I guess, credit to them. Inside get Drummond trying to get something. Pass play moved it all the way from the 35 to the 26-yard line. Huge 50-yard gain or a 40-yard gain for the Huskies. No gain there, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Quick third quarter as the Huskies are driving, but it's your Cashion Wildcats here on Cashion Wildcats TV. Semifinal action up 28-21. We'll go to timeout. Be right back.
Our world is changing, but one thing is the same. we're here for you. In these uncertain times, take comfort in knowing that modern women of America is built for this. We are built to handle uncertainties, and we've weathered many in the past 137 years, including world wars, disease outbreaks, depressions, and recessions. You may have concerns about your financial plan, but you can also have peace of mind. You got this, because you have us.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Woody, and I want to help you or a loved one navigate your way through understanding Medicare. It's hard getting questions answered when you don't know who to call or trust. I am local and appointed with all the insurance carriers in Oklahoma. You can trust me to help you apply for Medicare, make the right decision.
All right, fourth quarter action about to start. Semifinal winner goes to Richardson Stadium in Edmond, Oklahoma for the finals, taking on the winner of Morrison and Ringling. It is now Cashion and Pawhuska here, fourth quarter. Cashion up 28-21. Give inside to Richardson. Short gain on second and long. He'll get about 4 or 5. That'll be third and manageable for Drummond and the Huskies. Huge pass play there at the end of the third quarter as the talented D1-headed Mason Gilkey goes up high, makes a grab over 2 Cashion Wildcats. Brings up 3rd and 5, 11:38, third quarter action. Drummond looking to pass, going back to Hurd, and it's out of bounds, so...
Sorry, I didn't have my mic on, but that was great coverage by Max Brown.
It was.
I mean, he almost made a better break. If that would have been inbounds to where Hurd could have caught that, Max would have been standing right in front of him.
So Coach Wood and the Cashion defense has a big chance here as the...
They're kind of confused here. They got that swing and gate.
Yeah, they sure do. They have number 8, Deacon Hendren, as well as Dalton Hurd and Gilkey matched up. They're going to bring the kicker out.
They could bet.
So they're going to try to kick They're going to try to kick the field goal here with 4th and 5. This one.
Hey, he's wide. There's nobody on him over there. Jeez.
They called a timeout. Thankfully, Coach Shackelford.
The boys up here in the box, I guarantee you, were screaming, "Call timeout!" Because I was. Maybe he heard me because I was like, "He is wide open. Nobody's there." And man, good. Save there by
give credit to
Shackelford.
Hennessy. Coach Hennessy is basically throwing out the entire kitchen sink to beat the Cashion Wildcats, having to do it every which way but loose. Credit the Cashion coaching staff there to see the matchup there. I'm not sure if that was Jake Long out there, but I'm not sure he was out there by
what they
himself.
did there was, I mean, they just had that swinging gate look. They ran their kicker on late, so you think, okay, look at that kicker, left a guy out there, and then just was, luckily or not luckily, but good thing the Cashion coaching staff saw him out there, called the timeout before the play because that could have been disastrous for the Wildcats.
Well, that's why the Cashion Wildcats are one of the winningest programs in the last 10 to 15 years in all of football, regardless of class. So we do have Cooper Kyler. He nailed the 34-yarder last time.
With plenty of leg.
11:31 on the clock. Snap. Kick is up. It's got leg. It's got the distance.
It's good.
And it's good. So Cooper Kyler 3 for 3 on the night with field goals, and on a night where Drew Baker, talking to Coach Hennessy, said kicking game would be important, and that's a big 3 points as the Huskies pull closer to Cashion, 28-24.
Hey, but you know what? Touchdowns count more than field goals, and right now the Cashion Wildcats have scored more touchdowns, and that's the difference in this game. Don't get me wrong, those 3 points add up real quick, but we keep getting in the end zone, and you have a run game like you just saw in that third quarter, and you can burn, 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock. That's going to be something that will win a game for a team if you can continue to do that drive after drive and you keep just clicking that clock down to a victory.
So Cooper Kyler, 3 for 3 on the night, hits field goals of 24, 34, and again, I believe 31 yards. 34 yards. Deep for Cashion is Manning and Lagasse. Any onside here? I think Cashion is looking for onside.
Yeah, you got to be ready for that. When they're down in the fourth quarter, who knows? And the way he's been kicking it through the end zone, you might as well just be ready for that and let him kick it through the end zone, get the ball at the 20, and then drive down the field 80 yards for a touchdown.
High onside. It's going to fall. Gilbert with the catch. Nice work there. Probably could have carried fair catch, but the junior Johnny on the spot, and it'll be Cashion ball. First down and 10, right around the 29, 28-yard line.
Yeah, good job there. You called it. I mean, they were going to try to do something there, and when you have that in your arsenal, you might as well use it. They've already tried to pull another trick play out. They've already had a fake punt that they converted on, and that later led to a touchdown. So this is semifinals. You win, you go to the championship. Why keep anything in your bag of tricks?
I agree. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, 11:29, fourth quarter. Single back set, double tight end. Harmon's going to look to throw. He's got Manning wide open. Fingertips catch all the way to the 30. Mason Manning, God bless you.
That was a tip catch if you have ever seen one right there. We talked about the great catch by Landon Lagasse early on. That one right there was almost as impressive. Even though it was two hands, you have to reach out and make a play like that with your fingertips. That is not easy to do. Great catch right there, and just put the Cashion Wildcats right back in position to get in the end zone.
So a big, huge 50-yard catch, pitch and toss there from Harmon to the senior Mason Manning. He's been fantastic, has 1,500 yards on the season. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 11:16 running clock from the 29 of Pawhuska. Nabavi to the left of Harmon, who might have a steady dose of run here. Let's see what happens as the Huskies come up top. Nabavi tries to bounce it outside, has nowhere to go, and it'll be a loss of 1. It's been feast or famine for Nabavi tonight. As give credit to number 56 or 58, Devin Bighorse, I believe, on that last tackle.
Well, you said it. You were like, it's going to be a heavy dose of run. They know that too, and they know we're going to try to run the ball, burn the clock down, and they're going to try to stop that. I mean, that's what kind of opened up that pass play right there for Mason Manning. So if they keep continuing to do that, bring more people in the box to stop them, let's get another one over the top.
Dang it.
Did we jump?
Yeah, we did. It was Vandruff. Double tight end set on that left side. And I'm telling you, Pawhuska was overloaded big time to that left side, not wanting to see any part
it could have been a big play over here.
Of seeing Ben Harmon running. So that penalties have there haven't been too many tonight, but a couple of big ones for the Cashion Wildcats here. So that'll be 2nd and 15 from the 35-yard line. Now let's see if that play call changes here for the Wildcats and Coach Shackelford. Clock runs, play clock down to 22, 10:30 on the clock, fourth quarter. Winner goes to Edmond for the state title to face off against the winner of Morrison and Ringling. Cashion trying to make this 3 years in a row. Same look here, power left look. Manning to the right now of Harmon. Harmon will keep, he'll go back, cut it back outside, and there's nothing there. That play was blown up from the beginning. A loss of maybe even 1. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and where we had some success was having those kids go in motion, kind of get some kids leaning, and then sneak Ben out underneath. We haven't seen the motion that we saw on that first drive, and you think, let's go back to that and see what we can do, try to get a big play here, or maybe even give Mason Manning a chance to kind of get the ball on the edge, make a kid miss, and go score.
Well, Hurd's giving it about a 10-yard cushion.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Cashion Wildcats need to try to make it 4th and manageable here. 13 on the clock, plenty. Running clock, 9:33. Harmon back to pass clearly, rushes on. Manning's the intended receiver, comes back to it, falls to the ground. It'll be incomplete as Hurd breaks on that. Actually, Hurd had a better chance on that than Manning. Good sportsmanship over there between Manning and Hurd, and that'll bring up 4th down. It's just I don't know if it's decision time. I don't know if you want to try to play field position. 9:27 here for the Wildcats. Clock stops, 4th down. Let's see what Shackelford does.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Max Brown actually ran the route better than Hurd earlier. That time, Hurd did a great job. Mason tried to get him to turn his hips, and he never really did, and was able to break on that ball and knock it down.
4th and 16, Harmon back to pass. They're going to go for it. Double move for Manning, going up top. Got a chance. Goes up. Falls incomplete. And there'll be a turnover of downs as the Pawhuska Huskies will take over 1st and 10 from the 36.
With 9:20 to go right here, this drive right here could be the difference in the ball game. You want to make sure that they don't have one of those big plays to get them down there.
Yep.
Make them drive the field. They haven't had to drive down the field and score a touchdown this whole game. They've had some big plays that kind of have sprung them to the other side of the field. Don't let them get anything over the top. Keep everything underneath. Keep that clock running. Try to get that 4 and out would be great, but make them work for it.
So we've got Gilkey aced out up, Gilbert on him, trips right to the short side. Richardson in pistol. He'll get the ball underneath, run. He's got back to the outside. Nabavi trying to chase. Legas trying to bring him down, and that'll be into Cashion territory. Big run of about 15 yards for Richardson. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45 of Cashion.
Yeah, and we've seen it out there about that same place in the field. If they don't throw it deep, the Cashion Wildcats, we've said it over and over, kind of daring them to run it. And when they do, they get some big yardage.
I thought they were going to go tempo. They don't. Drummond will go back inside. He'll pull. Nabavi's there as well as Vandruff. Somehow he gets past Vandruff, still on his feet. Give credit to Drummond. There's no way I thought he had a chance to get past Jackson Vandruff as he saw Nabavi out on the edge, cut it back in. It'll be another 1st down as the 2 plays as Drummond comes up a little hobbly after that last hit. Well, that might be let's see what happens here. I guess Hennessy says, stay out there, son, and we got a semifinal game. So 1st and 10, 8:51.
They're going to try it deep over to Mason Gilkey, I bet you.
Well, if he does, he'll be on a hobbled foot. He may have to throw off his back foot. He's going inside to Hurd on the screen. He's going up. Gilkey's there, wide open. He's tackled all the way in, so good call there as a double move. Gilkey asked for the ball. It's a great ball, and Huskies are dealing inside the 10-yard line. Will be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Well, that's another time where Seth Gilbert did the exact right thing. He went for the fake because he's playing underneath. You're supposed to have Landon Legas over the top. Drummond just did a good job of getting it in between where he was playing, getting in that zone, and big yardage.
Fake with into Tyrell as he is a touchdown, and the Huskies take the lead 30-28.
Big play. I said that's going to be this drive right here is going to be maybe the difference in the game, and for them to get those big yardage plays and not have to really work that hard to get down the field and get in the end zone, that's what you can't have if you're the Cashion Wildcats. But the Cashion Wildcats have have had adversity and been okay. They're going to come out here, execute on offense, get down the field, take the lead, and then be able to come out on defense and correct that.
Cooper Kyler with a kick. It's good. He's been solid all day. Perfect on his extra points, perfect on his field goals. And it's 31-28, 3-point game, 8-19 as the Huskies take the lead back here in Ponca City.
Yeah, like I said, that's going to be a big drive there, but the Cashion Wildcats, we've talked about it, well-oiled machine. We talked about a well-oiled machine on this sideline and the Pawhuska sideline. Let's see who comes out here and in the last 8 minutes and 19 seconds of this game does the best job of executing. And really on the offensive side of the ball, they executed great that time. They did. They made the plays they had to. Now it's time for the Cashion Wildcats to be able to come out and try to do that same thing when the ball is in their hands and get down the field and get in the end zone to take that lead back.
Well stated, Chris. So 8-19, fourth quarter. Huskies on a 5-play, 64-yard drive. They've had field goal, touchdown here on their 3 possessions. Wildcats punt, touchdown, turnover of downs, and see if they can't get another touchdown on this particular drive. High onside. This one will come up to, it'll be dropped.
Get on
Goodness
it.
gracious. So Cashion Wildcats, poor communication. I'm sorry, Legas has to come up and get that.
Yep, just
he
come up,
can't
say, "I
allow
got
Seth
this."
Gilbert to have to run back to get it. He
Yep.
needs to be the senior, needs to come up and get the ball and try to be a hero. So that one falls through the hands as Seth Gilbert tries to Willie Mays Hayes catch that over his shoulder. Fumbles it, is able to land on it, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cashion Wildcats at the 21. Appreciate you guys joining us here on Cashion Wildcats TV. It's been a great game. It's been fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and this is what you want. Like in a semifinal game, don't get me wrong, I wish we'd win by 30 points every game. But in this kind of game, if you're a playmaker, give me the ball. Let's go make a play.
Now Bobby with the keep, cuts back, has a small lane, still on his feet.
Love
Push
it.
forward, Nick Nabavi churning and burning. Gets it all the way down to almost the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 8 or 9. So good job there on 1st down.
And I can promise you Nick Nabavi is saying, you give me the ball, and I will put the team on my back. We've called him backpack all year long because he just straps it on and says, let's go. And right there, that hard run, let's spur that, hopefully spurs the Cashion Wildcats on this drive.
7:43 running clock. Another give to Nabavi. He's going to look to get the 1st down. Stays patient. Pulls forward. That'll be definitely enough for the 1st down. And I'm not sure what Jack Long is upset about, but it'll be a Cashion first down. Nice run by Nabavi, a gain of 4. Right around looks like the 34. 33, I apologize.
Yeah, and those big boys up front have just got to keep fighting, keep pushing, firing off the ball, and just keep that technique. When you get tired, you keep your technique. That's what's going to kind of push you on in a game like this. And those boys up front have one of the best coaches in Oklahoma on the sideline,
Amen.
coaching them, and Coach Robertson. And they're going to have to be the big part in this game.
Harmon with the keeper to the outside, trying to get the edge, cuts back in, takes a big hit from number 21. Gets a gain of about 3, it looks like. Tackle credit to John Reed, second leading tackle on the team, junior, 6'1", 95. Scraped down the line, made a nice tackle there on Ben Harmon. Would have liked for Harmon, as he got to pass the line of scrimmage, just to kind of put the pedal to the metal, or metal to the pedal, or pedal to the metal, and move it forward. So 2nd and 7, 6:47 here, fourth quarter action. Wildcats in shotgun. Again, we've got Manning and Lagasse aced up. 12 personnel as the Wildcats have 2 tight ends. Nabavi will cut back inside. Nice move, still on his feet, falls forward close to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 on that one. So good patient run by Nabavi. Brings up 3rd and manageable for the Wildcats.
Yeah, gone back to the run game, just like we said. You know, they have not thrown the ball much at all tonight, other than some big plays down the field. But when it's working, you just keep feeding the ball to those guys running the ball.
Harmon keeps it this time. He gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, falls forward across the 40 to about the 41, and that'll bring up 4th down. And I'm fairly certain that Wildcats will be going for this. It's just a matter of who's going to get it. Is it Harmon or Nick Nabavi?
Yeah, and this is a huge play of the game right here. We talked about that drive for Pawhuska when they got the ball the drive they scored on, how big that was. This play right here, we talked about a drive. This is a play right here in the game.
Double tight end set, right side, power right look. Motion is Manning. Snap, give the Nabavi, cuts up, still moving, breaks 2 tackles. Nick Nabavi, backpack, first down.
I mean, he was met in the backfield, got a guy off of him, and just kept those feet moving for the first down. You had to have. Great job by Nick right there. Great job by the boys up front to give him a little bit of space to get over that first down.
Amen. So clock running, 5:23, fourth quarter. Wildcats keep the chains moving. 1st down and 10, fresh set here. Coach Shackelford in no hurry. Same formation, 12 personnel, double tight end. Harmon back to pass, double move.
They're holding him right there.
Going around the right side, coming back to Lagasse with the catch to the 50, spins out, still on his feet, will fall forward. That'll be enough for a first down. Great job by Ben Harmon, escaping, eluding a bevy of Pawhuska Huskies. Comes back to his man Lagasse, and the Wildcats are dealing in Pawhuska territory.
I don't know if you heard me or not, but I said they're holding him. Jackson Vandriff released down the middle of the field for a tight end pop pass. I think that's where he was trying to go, and they were just draped all over him, not letting him get down the field. I don't know how the back judge didn't see that.
So clock running, 4:34. Cashion Wildcats needing a field goal to tie it or a touchdown. Bryson Hogan is trotting back and forth, keeping himself warm. You never know what might happen, what he might be called to do. Mr. Freeze, we trust him. He hits those threes cold off the bench. Power look to the left here. Harmon empty set. Motion is Manning into the backfield. Let's see if this is another option keeper here. It is. A little read here. Harmon, nothing there. And he'll fall forward. He might get one. And that play has not worked at all tonight. Or maybe it has. I haven't recognized it.
And maybe like we talked about with Coach Shackford, he loves setting plays up. Hopefully at some point that's going to be lead to something a little bit different, a little wrinkle in the offense that we haven't seen yet for a big play. But, yeah, they have had that sniffed out from the get-go this evening.
2nd and 9, a gain of 1. Clock running, 3:42. I'm going to try my best to keep the clock going for you guys. Again, double tight end set, max protect for the Wildcats. Nabavi to the left of Harmon. He'll go ahead, back to pass, slant to Manning, catch to the 25, 20, 50. Yes, sir, Mason Manning. 44-yard hookup, touchdown, Cashion Wildcats.
Just a great route right there. Stuck that foot in the ground, took it across the field, and Ben Harmon just delivered a strike where he could catch it on the run and got around Dalton Hurd, one of their best cover guys, and took it to the house for the Cashion Wildcat touchdown, baby.
Manning, his first touchdown on the night. Over 1,700 yards on the season. Fantastic. Talk about an extra point that's important when we think about the kicker on the other side. Bryson Hogan, Mr. Freeze, Nababi on the hold, and the Wildcats, man, with 3:27 left, take the lead.
Wow.
Kick is up. Get in, sir. It's good. Wildcats up 35-31, 3:27, and we got a game, and we hope you guys are enjoying it here on Cashion Wildcats TV.
You know, that's one thing I love about this team is they never panic. They did their job running down, just running the ball, kind of like what we talked about. You got to be able to do that to open something up like that. And they were selling out to stop that run. Left Hurd out there on the island on Mason Manning, and Mason Manning just put a move on him, got the inside leverage there, and Ben put a strike on him for the touchdown. I'm trying to dial up the replay here. Let me see. This might be it here.
All right, so the Wildcats up 35-31, all important extra point. So with 3:27, the Huskies.
Sorry, guys, wrong one.
3 timeouts for Coach Hennessy. They've got 4 deep back. The middle's completely wide open. I don't know if Hogan drops one right in there, right around the 35, and dares Jack Long to come up and get it. Gilkey's on the short side. He'll be the intended, most likely intended receiver. High hanger. This one will go to Gilkey in the middle. He'll catch at the 15. Cuts up the middle. Cuts the outside. He's balled up right around the 34-yard line. So great job by the Cashion return team, or the kickoff team. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. 3:20, fourth quarter.
All right, boys. I mean, this is it right here. I mean, we were in this position last year right after the big touchdown from Ben Harmon to Landon Lagasse to take that 1-point lead. We have about 3.5 minutes left and had a big stop on defense to get the ball back in our hands. Right here is where the defense is going to have to step up, make plays. They're going to probably try to run the ball here is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they've been successful. Cashion with 2 safeties over the top. Single coverage here against Hurd and Soliano. Give inside. Met at the line. Nice. Big stop. Joey Wilson. Aiden Williams. Great job by the D-line there.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 guys up there, and then those linebackers, they're kind of waiting for that pass. But those 3 guys up front right there, I guess they had the 3 guys up there and just kind of stuffed them and let those linebackers come up, help finish it off the play. But give credit to those 3 boys up front. Have been battling all day long.
Aiden Williams, fantastic tackle there.
Aiden Williams has been a monster right there in that middle.
2nd and 9, Drummond back to pass. Pressure's there, no holding call. Bryce Burke coming in. Looks like Drummond's trying to keep his feet. He'll go out of bounds at the 49. And that'll be enough for a first down. Unfortunately, great coverage by the Cashion DBs. Drummond tucks and no hold call on the Pawhuska line.
Well, and that's what you're going to have when you drop that many kids back in coverage. If the quarterback can get loose, they're going to eat up some yardage. And that time, he did see a lane, got that big yardage. Man, when you have a guy going after the quarterback and kind of getting pulled backwards like that, you do want to see that flag.
Back to pass, Drummond, 1st and 10. Looking for the double move, coming back, finds his man, Soliano. Actually, I think that's his first catch. Looks like Cooper Frazee in coverage, and that'll be another first down. Clock at 2:33. I'm not sure if it runs on this one.
No,
but
I think he stepped out of bounds there. But that's what that's working to their advantage right now. They've gotten out of bounds.
Empty set. Drummond will keep it. He'll cut up the middle. He's got a lane. He's got a huge hole. Coming up is Manning on the tackle. And a great call there by Drummond. I don't know if that was intended or not. And this might be a time for Coach Wood to maybe call a timeout as the Huskies are going hurry up. Empty set again for Drummond. 1st and 10. And wisely, Coach Shack or Coach Wood calls a timeout. So you can't take him with you. So with that timeout, the Wildcats, I believe, have 1 left, 2:21. It's do or die in this situation. The Pawhuska Huskies are going to have to score a touchdown to take the lead. Field goal won't do anything unless they want to kick a field goal and try an onside. I can't imagine that to be the case.
No way, yeah. And here, the Wildcats know they have to have a touchdown too, so they're gonna be able to kind of play a little different than what you would have to if they were just trying to get in position to make a field goal. But right here, Coach Wood's down there just probably challenging each one of those kids, saying, "Let's go, let's."
Hey, is this a time where you have a spy on Drummond now? Maybe you.
Well, that or just
especially in the empty set.
Bring one of those linebackers that've been kind of falling back in coverage and catch him not looking and make him fumble the ball. Get a big turnover right here to win the ball game.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd love that. So 2:21, fourth quarter. You wanted a good one, you got one. 2-by-2. Richardson in the backfield with Drummond. He's been good hitting the edges. Let's see what happens here. Drummond will go back to pass. 3-man rush to the out. Pass intended for number 8. Deacon Hendren, Gavin Fippen in coverage.
Yeah, and Gavin's done a great job. That very first play of the game, or one of the very first plays of the game, they had a big throw over there and a catch on Gavin. But other than that, Gavin's done a great job locking him down and not really having anything, especially being on an island like he's been.
Is this Gilkey time?
I mean, you got to throw it at your best player.
They're not looking at him. Pressure's on, looking for the screen. Coming up. Big tackle, Nick Nabavi. Yes, sir. Number 4 coming in. Flex it, son.
Love it. Right there. They had it set up again. They'd had it earlier in the ball game, and Nick got blocked. That time, Nick said, "No, sir. I see it coming. I'm going to come up and make a big stop."
So 3rd and 13 on the huge loss.
Clock's still running right now. They didn't call a timeout, so minute 50 left to go in the ball game.
Drummond in shotgun. Richardson to the left. Snap, back to pass. 3-man rush again. Plenty of time. Going across the middle. Going up top. Oh, off the hands of Seth Gilbert. And it's 4th down.
Yep. Woo, that's it. I mean, you're going to have to throw the ball to your best player right here. And Mason Gilkey is that best player. We know it. They know it. If you don't throw it up to him right here, I don't know what you're – other than Drummond. If Todd Drummond sees plenty of room to get that first down, he's going to have to pull it down and try to get it. But if you don't throw it to your best player right here, that's a mistake.
So Cashion crowd lifting it up, getting loud. Play clock at 30.
Love it.
Hennessy's going to take a timeout, which is a very important timeout because if the Huskies don't get the first down, Cashion can run the ball out now if they get anywhere close to a first down.
Was that his last timeout?
No, he's got 2 left. He's got 2 left. That was first of the first half. Okay. So 4th and 13, 28-yard line. If your heart's not thumping like mine, then you don't. What do you say? Your wood's not wet. Your wood is wet.
If this don't fire you up, your wood's wet, baby. This is what it's all about right here. You talking about that blood pumping. If those boys out there, they're going to remember these plays for the rest of their life. And there's nothing better than high school football. I mean, holy cow. Yep. Let's go.
So the Wildcats 35, Huskies 31. 4th and 13 for the chance to go to Richardson for a state championship opportunity. Crowd's up and loud. We got Ritter out there, Critter getting everyone going. Todd Drummond in shotgun, Richardson to the left of him, 2-by-2. Gilkey matched up, double safety help, back to pass is Drummond.
Oh, that's
no tackle, they got to call a hold. Nabavi in pressure, rolling out, gets hit, throws it up, knocked on. Cashion Wildcats will take over. Turnover of downs. That defense comes through for Coach Wood.
I guarantee you, Coach Wood right now is so proud of those boys because I guarantee he was over here challenging them, saying, "Let's go, let's get a stop right here, 4th down, let's win the ball game for the Cashion Wildcats," and they got it done.
Huge stop. Wildcats 126, 4th quarter.
Give it to Backpack. Let's go win this game.
2 timeouts for Coach Hennessy. He'll have to pick it if he'll have to see what happens, but most likely we'll have to take it at some point, either on the next down or at this one. Nabavi with the carry, cuts back inside. On his feet! Stiff arm still on his feet! Cuts to the outside! Clock run! It's close to a first down as Nabavi says no!
Love it. I mean, just give the kid the ball. He is a fighter. From the very get of this game, he's been one that you could just count on. You give him the ball in the game, and when the game is on the line to win it, And right there, that hard run has just epitomized the Cashion Wildcats almost all year long.
So Hennessy takes a timeout. It's a first down for Cashion. That's absolutely, essentially, Cashion will be able to, if they get one more first down, it's ball game.
Yep.
But essentially, I don't know if they can go into victory formation or not with a, is it a 25-second play clock?
I thought it was 40-second, but maybe it is 25.
So with the timeout, Cashion will have it, after the timeout, Cashion will have it 1st and 10. 1:17
they have
on
one
the
timeout
clock.
left, right?
They only have one timeout left.
Woo-hoo-hoo, love it. This is it right here. Give the ball to Nick Nabavi, or just let Ben pull it down, make big plays, and just go win the ball game.
So Cashion in 12 personnel. Mason Manning back as well. Max protect right side. Nabavi with the give. He'll cut back up. He'll go in the middle, still on his feet. He'll fall down. That'll be a second down. Clock runs. He'll be timeout by Hennessy, and that's his last timeout with 1:07 on the clock, 1:06 on the clock. Hennessy's out of timeouts. One timeout or one first down will be ball game for the Cashion Wildcats.
And that play right there, first down, Pawhuska knows they have to stop them, and our boys are just saying, we're going to push you 4 yards right here on first down and give us a shot to just keep just marching down this field to win the ball game. And, man, our boys right there on that play wanted it more. That 4 downs was those boys up front just saying, I'm going to push you backwards, and they did.
I got to imagine Ben Harmon keeps the ball here. I guess just give it to Nabavi. At some point, let's see what the play clock here will pop up. So no timeouts for Hennessy, 1:06 on the clock. First down will definitely ice it for the Wildcats. 2nd and 6 right now for the Wildcats. We appreciate you guys joining us here on semifinal night for the Cashion Wildcats taking on the Huskies here. Winner goes to Richardson to take on the winner of the Ringling-Morrison game.
Ringling won by 1. It was 13-12.
Wow. So if Cashion's able to get this, it'll be a rematch of the 2019 game, state championship game, where the Wildcats lost 20-16. I know my son lives in bitter infamy from that day on, and I know a lot of other
Your
seniors.
oldest son.
My oldest son, yes, that's right. Nabavi with the give, inside, on his feet, still moving, still spinning. He'll go down. It'll be a third down and about 2 here for the Cashion Wildcats. 40-second clock. Cashion can run this clock out, and we'll have the basically 16 seconds left with the snap. And most likely this is it.
I think Shaq's probably going to just let it run down to that 16 seconds, probably call a timeout, and try to get that first down.
Now, this is victory formation. They can't stop it. It'll be 4th down, another 40 seconds.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's
this
all
is
game,
it.
baby.
So this will be it for the Cashion Wildcats as they go into victory formation. And they'll be securing their 3rd straight trip to state. Cashion Wildcats are moving on, and you have the pleasure of watching a fantastic game tonight. Cashion Wildcats moved to 13-1 and have punched their ticket to state.
3 years in a row, this team right here, these kids that are seniors now, they've only lost 2 games since that sophomore year when they've all really started gelling. And like Lane Broadbent said, 3 years ago when we graduated 18 seniors, and for you to say we're going to go to the state championship game 2 years in a row after that, that's the heart and soul of this Cashion Wildcat team, of just hard work, and just to be saying, next man up. I'm the next Cashion Wildcat, and I'm going to be the next one to take it to the championship level.
Credit to Coach Hennessy. They fall to 11-3. Again, some will say what should be the state championship game. I know Ringling will think other. I know we had Nick Sardis on here. He had Ringling picked as his preseason favorite. But it's chalk, fellas. It's chalk as the Cashion Wildcats move on to the state title with a convincing 35-31 win. Chris, you were close. You had 28-24. You had the margin, just not the score. And so as the Cashion Wildcats play their fight song and the fans enjoy, again, kudos to Matt Hennessy and a fantastic Husky team. They will be a force to be reckoned with next year again, with Drummond, a junior, Richardson, a junior, coming back, and a slew of others, including Connor Easley, Nathan Deathridge, Big Horse, as well as again, we mentioned Tyler Richardson and John Reed. But tonight's the night for the Cashion Wildcats as they move on to Edmond, to Richardson, is complete to road and will have a chance to win their fifth state title in school history.
Wow, I mean, this is a game that we thought we would see last year, really.
Yep.
But the defenses last year were just so dominant. And then this year they're showing a big a replay of Nick's 80-yard touchdown run on the big screen here in Ponca City. And, man, it was just one of those plays, one after the other. I mean, it was almost like a heavyweight bout where, each team was just landing blows one after the other. And it was the Cashion Wildcats that came out with that knockout blow of the pass to Mason Manning to get in the end zone and finally take that final lead of the night. And then the Cashion Wildcat defense just to lock them down on that fourth down play and put the ball back in the Wildcats' hands and to get that first down to just seal it off. What a game. A great job by the Cashion Wildcats. A great job by Coach Hennessy and the Huskies to have these boys prepared for two huge battles 2 years in a row. I'm excited for next week. I promise you that.
Cashion Wildcats, again, getting their last second huddle. It's going to be a great battle between Ringling. We talked about the revenge factor, all those things. I think this team, Ben Harmon was a sophomore, first-year starting quarterback in that game. I think this time as a senior with this bunch, as you say, we talk about it. They were sophomores in 2019. They were juniors last year with the win, and now they get back to state. There's something about this senior class. Nick getting a little bit of love. I love it. So, hey, let's go to a quick timeout. We'll have Lane come back in with final stats, but it's your Cashion Wildcats victorious, moving to 13-1. Most importantly, punching that ticket to state. We've made it, guys. It's been a great year. It's not done. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Decisions based on your current financial and healthcare needs and feel confident about your future. Act quickly. Annual enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th. Call Stephanie Woody, that's me, at 405-830-4966 to set up an appointment.
Kyle and Gina Van Druff have the answers to all your real estate and insurance needs. These guys will have you covered in a one-stop shopping experience. They are local agents, local supporters, and active in the Cashion community. They are also proud parents of past and present Cashion students. Kyle and Gina help their clients make the right choice. Don't wait till it's too late. Call 405-607-4300. Go Wildcats and number 88. Let's have a great year.
Walk it up. Get you some.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Founded by Jesse and Amy McCracken, Rural Pest Solutions is a Cashion-based, family-owned and operated company. Our focus is on providing the highest level of customer service while effectively treating many common invaders, including spiders, ants, roaches, mice, mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and termites. Flexible scheduling and superior customer service are our top priority. Call us today to schedule your appointment. 405-283-6565.
Came in a little early. Neema's trying to get his headset back on. Woo! Hey, I'm still fired up. I kind of jumped the gun right there, but Neema's getting fired back up here. And Lane sent us over some stats. We're trying to get those pulled up. But, man, what a game. What a season for the Wildcats so far. We lost that very first game to Rejoice Christian in a game that we were just like, we had so many chances to win, and we just didn't get it done. And I told one of the boys right after the game, I saw them, they were disappointed. I said, better to lose the first game than the last.
That's right.
And right
so
now
so much wisdom, Chris.
I try. But now they're in a position to, win that last game and take it back to back. And it's not going to be easy. Last year it was almost like this was de facto championship game. We kind of knew that we were the two best teams. This year, Ringling is going to definitely have something to say about that. They had a battle tonight against Morrison and won that game 13-12, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't live in the past. I don't look at revenge. I just look at let's go win the next ball game, baby, is what I'm thinking. And a lot of these kids weren't on that team. They might have been on the sideline, but they weren't out there on the field. And go out there and just play your game and get the job done.
Well, I tell you what, I am obviously partial and biased. I've been around these kids myself personally. Since their third grade year, fourth grade year, just so fun to watch them play. It's just amazing. And one more to go.
And you talk about third grade, right? You were their third grade Little League coach. Right. And all of these kids, I think there's maybe one or two that really get a lot of playing time that maybe have moved in here. But the core group of this team has played together since they were third grade.
Babies.
Camden Maroney.
Even the junior class. You talk about the junior class.
The goggles.
That's right. That's right.
And those juniors, man, that are out here and ready to go to the championship game, they're going to be ready to go next year, too. They're not saying, hey, we're losing everybody. Right. They're saying, next man up.
Next man up, exactly. And, Shackelford, again, we talked about it earlier. I was at the game. It's a great follow on Twitter. Go follow him. Chris, he has a great website that does everything Oklahoma.
Not me, but.
We don't know his last name, but I was at the game. Fantastic, just stats for everything under the sun, and we just he's been posting some of the winningest programs over the last 10, 15, and 20 years, and no doubt Cashion Wildcats have been there. They're at the top of all classes in terms of wins, and it doesn't happen by accident. The culture, everything that Coach Shackelford, Coach Wood. We're getting a hold of Coach Shack. This is Coach Shack's fifth trip to state. Is that correct?
Shack's on his way.
Yeah, Shack's on his way.
Let's go.
So we'll let you close it out with Shack. I got a little emotional, but it's for a reason. When you think about a community, it's also a lot of these dads, Clayton Harmon, right? Brock Maroney, right? You think about these guys that have Jay Evans, all of these guys that have coached and been a part of these kids and their development, taking them to camps, and we're watching them take pictures right now. It's just amazing, and to continue to watch them grow. And you said it, no give up. Absolutely no give up. They were calm. They knew exactly what they needed to do. Mason Manning on a ridiculous catch and touchdown. Nick Nabavi icing the game, getting first downs. The defense coming through and making the plays. I mean, it's like these kids absolutely they spit, drink, poop, fart, ooze excellence and success, and we see it again tonight, and that's why I believe they're going to go on to win next Friday against Ringling to get their fifth state title. Again, call me Homer. I know it's okay, but that's just kind of what they have here and what's going on with these guys that wear the C on their helmets.
And you talked about third grade. Well, there's third graders looking at these kids right now.
Right.
My son is in sixth grade.
Right.
Lane was talking about his son in sixth grade. They're feeling this. They're on the sideline down here during the games.
Guess who was on those sidelines when people like Joe Neese and all those other guys were getting to state championship games? Matt Harmon.
These kids.
They were on there. They were watching. It doesn't happen by accident, Chris. It doesn't happen by accident. We always talk about, again, Shaq, we're so fortunate. Great coaching, Tony Wood, DL, the whole group. All of them are fantastic. But it's the Jimmies and the Joes that make it happen. And it's just been an amazing, amazing run over these last 15, 16 years.
Yeah, and you talk about Shackelford, you talked about coaching. Anytime you have a coach like that, you're going to have a chance. But he does such a good job of utilizing those kids that he has. and putting them in the best position to be successful. And then whenever he puts them in those positions, they've done a great job of teaching them how to succeed, how to act when they're faced with some adversity. We were down with 6 minutes left to go in the ball game, and we went down and won the ball game.
Did you have a doubt?
Heck no.
I didn't have a doubt.
I didn't have a doubt. It's, Jared Bernithi, a buddy of mine from Cashion, he texted me and said, I need some blood pressure medicine. And my family's probably listening to me going, that's just me. I get excited just a little bit for football, and especially when you see these kids that work so hard day in and day out. Amen. Not only from when school starts, but all summer, all year long.
Again, like we said, it doesn't happen by accident, right? And it's not just watching these kids, but watching the work ethic that these kids have, what they're doing in the summer. What's that? I'm going to go see if you okay. Hey, so listen, we appreciate you guys. I'm going to have to take off. We're going to let Chris break it down. I've got to make it down to an OBU bowl game. Alex and Caden Harrell will be playing in the Heritage Bowl in Corsicana, Texas. We'll be heading down right now. I know there's probably a bunch of you. We got a couple texts from Drew Baker. My man, we miss you, brother. And hopefully we'll have you next week as part of the state championship radio broadcast of Cashion Wildcats TV. But was that Coach or not? Yeah, there he is. All right. Congrats, Coach. Hey, listen, on behalf of me, I love you guys. Thanks for joining us this year. We got one more to go. Make sure you hang with us this week. We'll have stats for you on Twitter. Chris, break us down. And Coach, congrats. I'm so proud of you. What a great win. Congrats.
Thanks. Go hug number 4.
I saw Nick down there. They were giving him CPR about the 50-yard line after it was all said and done. But the kid deserves it, man. Coach, congrats.
Thanks,
three state championship appearances in a row with a chance to go back-to-back state champions. It's not going to be easy. I mean, there's a team down south that says bring it.
Yeah.
And but we know these kids that are out here on this field, and you saw it when we went down with, 6 minutes left in the ball game, and just to methodically kind of do their job and go down and score a touchdown and win the ball game.
No, I thought we showed a lot of heart, a lot of resolve, just a lot of, desire to make plays,
Yeah.
And we talked about it all week. We talked about it tonight. They're good. I mean,
they're good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
81's a freak.
I mean,
4's a freak, and.
Yep. 71.
71's a problem. 28's a problem. And their other kids play hard and they play well and they're well coached. So
yep.
It was fun. Big win.
I mean, in a game like this where it kind of goes back and forth, where last year we kind of thought we'd see the same thing, but man, the defenses just showed out last year. And then to get in a game like this where it's just a heavyweight bout back and forth, going through your head, the calmness that you show the kids, that kind of keeps them calm. Is your heart not just beating out of your chest? You look calm on the field. I'm up here going nuts.
Yeah, no, I can normally stay pretty even keel. The most excitement that I get, or is when I'm trying to get somebody's attention. They can't hear me.
Right.
But as far as just ebbs and flows of the game, I don't know if I've stood down there long enough to see enough of it that, and I, like you said, and we talk about this as a staff a lot. I mean, our kids are they're gonna look to
feed
us,
off of you.
Especially when something goes bad. So I think it's really important to, maintain a level of calmness about yourself, and there's time left, and we can always make plays and get stops. So there's no reason to freak out.
And part of that is the preparing for a game like this. You kind of know, hey, we're prepared. It's okay.
Yeah.
We have a plan for this. We know we have something ready, and the kids buy in. I mean, it takes kids buying in to believing that and then executing.
Yeah, and I think our kids. I told them this after the game tonight. I mean, it's pretty incredible that we've gone to state finals 3 years in a row. I mean, it just doesn't happen, especially in Class A. It doesn't happen. So but when you watch them play and you watch them in film throughout the week and kind of watch them go through practice, I mean, they kind of get it.
Yeah.
And once you teach them how to get it, they can understand that, hey, there's a plan, and
there's a reason
there's
for what
a reason,
we're doing.
And if we play hard and we stick to the plan, then a lot of times good things will happen. So that's kind of what happened tonight, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw it. Y'all had great game plan on defense to kind of stop those big plays. Like you said, 81's a freak.
Yeah.
It's going to make big plays.
Yeah.
But you were there, and that was the most fired up I think I saw you and Coach Wood was like, you were just telling those kids you were in the position to make a play. Go make a play.
Just make a play.
And they responded, though.
Sure, yeah.
Because they could get down.
Yeah.
But they responded.
And I think one of the things that's nice about our kids is, especially kids like Landon, Mason, Nick, they know that they're going to get an opportunity to make a play.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't bat the ball down or whatever, but give me a shot. Throw me the ball, or get me the ball in space, and I'll make up for it. And that's kind of their attitude.
Yeah.
Which is nice and also kind of frustrating at times, because it's like, well, if you didn't have so much confidence and you just made the play, then we wouldn't have to worry about it. But I mean, I'll take them any Friday night they want to play for me.
Hey, tell me about the two big touchdown catches. Landon Lagasse' just one-hand monster catch on Gilkey to go into the end zone, and then talk about a little bit about the game-winning touchdown, Mason Manning.
Well, the crazy thing about Landon's so in the pregame, I was telling Ben, I said, look, we're going to play how we play, and we have rules about press coverage and stuff like that. And I said, we want to stick to those rules, and we don't necessarily need to shy away from 81 or whatever. So I called the play. Well, we tag a route for Seth, which is where I thought the ball was going to go. So I'm watching Seth to see if, he's going to get off and be open, and then I kind of looked back and the ball's in the air, and I thought, well, I guess that's one way to go about it. And
you told him.
Yeah, I mean, that was, he did what he was coached, and then I couldn't see the catch. I mean, I knew he caught it, but I didn't know he one-handed it until somebody said something about it.
Lane's calling it the best catch he's ever seen by Cashion Wildcat.
And then the touchdown pass to Mason, it's something we do a lot. We've done it a lot this year, just a play that we run, and that was the first time we had done any of it this or tonight. I just had a feeling they were going to sell out to stop the run, and he's pretty good at running routes, and he was able to get inside of him, and Ben made a good throw, and when Mason catches it, it's normally a problem.
When it's that deep in the secondary and he's got room, he's going to score. And that was, like you said, you weren't going to shy away from 81 or 4. No. And both of those big touchdowns were against those players.
Yeah, I don't know that. Did we have another kid catch a pass besides those two?
Did Seth catch one maybe? No, I don't think so. I think that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had Max.
Did Nick catch a screen pass or something maybe?
Well, we tried to throw it to him on that first drive, and I think he dropped it. We tried to hit Max on a seam route early on, and I thought we got interfered with. But
yeah, we did too. Yeah. We might have said something about that, but let me look at the stats here. I can tell you if anybody else had a catch. And I mean, your game plan. I think you told Drew in the pregame interview stuff that you had with him was, we're going to run the ball, and that's what you did. I mean, I think looks like Nick had 26 carries for 189. Wow, 26 carries for 189 yards to win. The team kind of knew we were going to do that, I think. Yeah. And then Ben Harmon had 20 for 113. So you had over 300 yards rushing tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, and then Ben, let's see, you had Mason Manning had 2 catches, 5 targets, so 2 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. Landon Lagasse had 2 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. And then Nick Nababi looked like he had maybe 2 catches, but it was little screens that didn't go anywhere. So, but Ben Harmon, 7 for 16, 154 yards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought Ben made a couple of plays that I wished he wouldn't have, but I thought for the most part, he made a great play. I think it might have been. I don't know if it was on it was on the drive where we scored late, where he scrambles around and hits Landon out in the flats, and Landon did a good job of coming back to him. So it was good. It was fun.
I mean, this is the kind of game that you love. I mean, this is semifinal football.
Yeah.
You know,
when you win, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah. You don't want to be those kids walking off going to the north over there, but when you win, it's just that adrenaline rush and love of high school football game and playoffs, win or go home. Looking forward to next week. I mean, it starts now probably for you guys.
Well, and I meant this, and I told the boys this after the game. I don't want them to think about Ringling until 5:30 on Sunday. I mean, they need to enjoy this. Our coaches need to enjoy this. Our fans need to enjoy this.
I think you kind of said the same thing last year.
Yeah, going to the finals
game
is a big deal. And as good as it sounds and as bad as it sounds, I think we've gotten a little bit accustomed to it, which is good. But also, I think we need to be able to kind of take a step back and really enjoy it and let it kind of sink in what just happened. And we'll have plenty of time to get ready for Ringling. We get an extra day because we don't play until Saturday anyway.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy this.
There might be a few people from Cashion heading south of the Red River.
Yeah, I hope so.
Tomorrow morning early.
I'm going to get up and watch the game, and I probably won't even watch an ounce of Ringling until Sunday. So we'll enjoy this one. Everybody needs to.
Well, it was fun. Like I say, every year I'm just super proud that I can be a little bit a part of the success the Cashion Wildcats have and being able to bring this to people watching. Coach, we appreciate everything that you guys do as an administration to really support us, coming up here and talking after the games.
Oh, it's great. I think it's awesome. And, I mean, obviously, if you can come to a game, I think you need to. I think high school football is a unique experience in and of itself. But, if you can't, for whatever reason, or you just don't want to, or I don't think there's a better way that you can watch it than the way that we do it. So the way that you guys do it,
it's Homer television.
I don't have anything to do with it, but the quality and the preparation and the effort that goes into it, I think is pretty unmatched for.
Well, we definitely enjoy it, and we appreciate everything that y'all do to help support us. So, Coach, I mean, what else can we say? Let's go.
Let's go home.
It's going to be a fun week, and like you said, the kids soak it in, get to that championship, and then go do their thing. Yeah. So, Coach, appreciate you coming up here, giving us a little bit of insight to the coach. And, man, we sure appreciate it. Great game. Cashion Wildcat wins a thriller, 35-31 over the Pawhuska Huskies, punching their third straight ticket to the state championship final with a chance to go back-to-back. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all the people that watch. We can't do it without you guys and all of our sponsors. For Neiman Navavi, I'm Chris Gibson, Coach Shackelford. Go Cats, and God bless.
Yep, see you. That was awesome.